Oh, oh.
Does anything care? Or they writing sorrow as to oh, you? Are you even there? Or is it life in darkness after? Oh, is it life in darkness after? Oh, you? Are you even there? Or is it life in darkness after? Oh, is it life in darkness after? Oh, you? What do you think about the way the world's crumbling down and down and down? No beach, just coast will come closer to town. Well, I see San Francisco Bay in the sundown through goggles or underground. Suddenly, California can't be found. We should all take a good last look around. It's closing time. Ali Road, the neon glow and the open sign. You're coming anytime, but you passed it by the road you're on. Gotta try to turn around your own design. Oh, but you're running out of time. How long do you think we'll stumble around and drown, saying the structure of the world was faulty found? For what it's worth, the earth is round. Ain't got no good news to say, so say nothing at all, at all, at all. How long till the third tallest tower falls? It's closing time. I'll leave all the neon glow at the open sign. You're coming anytime, but you passed it by the road you're on. Gotta try to turn around your own design. Oh, but you're running out of time. There's hope alive inside. You're coming anytime, 'cause there's hope alive inside. You're running out of time, but there's hope alive inside. You're coming should even give it a try. I don't want you to lie. I want your love is all I want for my life. To have love is all I want for my life. To have love is all. To have love is all I want for my life. To have love is all. And I wonder now if you knew somehow I was following behind. I'm on a cloud to help me write down this song of mine. You hold your head down, 'cause it's always on your mind. It's always on your mind. Ever since our two roads have crossed, I don't know if I'm lost. I suppose that it's possible. Could you help me find God? I'm exhausted. Had it, I lost it. No matter the cost, won't just watch you walk on by. Could you say it if I should even give it a try? I don't want you to lie. I want your love is all that I want for my life. To have love is all. To have love is all. To have love is all. To have love is all I want for my life. To have love is all. You should say anything I can do for you. Should say anything I can do for you. Should say anything I can do for your love. 'Cause for love you're gonna need two roads across. I don't know if I'm lost. I suppose that it's possible. You help me find God. I'm exhausted. Had it, I lost it. No matter the cost, won't just watch you walk on by. And could you say it if I should even give it a try? I don't want you to lie. I want your love is all that I want for my life. To have love is all. I want for my life. To have love is all. So I want for my life to have love is all. What's going on, boys, girls, friends, lovers, haters? We chillin' or we chillin'? My name's Cole. This is Cole Lateral TV. And we're off to a great start. Oh shit, look at all this. Oh, what? Shut the fuck up. Of course you're gonna be my first subscriber the fuck ever. What's going on, Pi? Oh, hell yes. Boys, I'm in the money. I'm rich. Fuck your couch, bitch.
As a nurse, I'm sure you know this is where the spleen is.
Yeah, it's exactly where it is. I believe in
Okay,
werewolves,
okay.
I believe
You
in
can fuck with this for
vampires,
now.
I believe in
Dude, thank you.
If you're 16 years old, if you're old enough to drive a fucking car,
Thank you so much for the
vampire, you should be
the
good.
sub, man. Let's fucking get it, dude.
gotta be D, bro. I'm gobbling.
I gotta set up
I'm
this
gobbling D right now. Show your computer
styrofoam cat blocker so she doesn't sit on the chair. Fuck up the camera.
This is not a meme, this is not a joke. We have one of the most ambitious shows ever conceived in YouTube history, okay? It's something nobody's ever done before. Nobody's ever thought of this, nobody's ever done this before. It's just me. It's just me. I'm the only guy who's done this before. I know. I'm the first to everything.
It's
I
my
know. I mean,
button.
this is just how it is being me, right? Like, it's kind of interesting how I'm always
Button
the first
says
at
thank
everything,
you
and I never
for
get
the
rewarded.
sub.
But here I am. You can see I'm all dressed up, and I'm in my studio right now. I'm not home. I'm in my studio in New York City. Today, we have a very special episode, the first ever episode of the Commentary Game Show. I've got a whole list of guests coming on. I've got a litany of commentary guests. Today we've got Wavy Webster, Willie Mack Show, Dontavius, Go Kanaru, Bo Blacks, and Vince Vintage. 6 stunning contestants, talented YouTube entertainers who are going to be coming on today to answer some questions. Some questions about life, some questions about science, some questions about pop culture, some questions about YouTube. There's lots of questions today. We're going to be having a really good time with them, talking about what's going on. Now, I see some people claiming that I have a
It's time to
green
play
screen. That's
video
not true. I'm in my
games,
studio
not
right
pet
now. I'm in my studio.
kitties.
I'm not in a green screen room. This is not my office in my apartment at home. This is my multi-million-dollar studio in New York. I'm like CopyZilla. Okay, I have a big bug. I have a bug. Questions about booty? There may be. Helmet head, you know.
My helmet is ready.
But is it ready for the mental torture I'm about to experience as a result of this game show? I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if I'm ready for that. But
Booty.
we're going to try. We're going to try to do it.
No,
I'm gonna do my best.
booty.
And today, we're going to create one of the most
God, she's
exclusive
so
content in
desperate.
YouTube
We
history.
put this
Now, I
little
also wanna say,
fucking
there's a shout out to
cone
Black
on her
History
head, and now
Month,
she
okay?
just
I
wants
respect the fact
love.
that this is Black History Month with my
Go.
shirt. You can see here, okay? He does have a dream. He did have
Go.
a dream. And I also have a dream. I also have a dream. I have a dream that everyone in chat will say brother
Go.
right now. Shout out to the
Go.
brothers. BLM is not based.
Go.
Hey, that's not very nice.
Go.
Racist, okay?
Period.
Alan. All right, it's time to call the chat. It's time to get ready for the show. The most entertaining show in commentary history. Shout out to all the brothers in chat. We love you guys. Soul brothers, big brothers, little brothers, small brothers, fat brothers, Jack brothers. You guys know what's up. Y'all already know what it is, fool.
Stop playing with my name.
With that being said, it's time to join the call. It's time to have a chat. This presentation is brought to you by a man,
Straight out of Uganda.
Detective Deckard, one of the most talented brown people in the world. He's up there, okay? He's really up there. I do not want you to disrespect or discount his talent because he is a talented, impressive, interesting man. Brother in Christ, Tom Dark. Thank you, my brother. My brother. My brother. All right, we're going to call the chat. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Bo Blacks. Where's your face cam, buddy?
Oh, I need to turn it on. One sec.
Good idea. Thank you very much. Hello. What are you wearing? What are you wearing, Willie?
Oh,
This motherfucker
This is the
here.
BLM shirt.
I do have my BLM shirt on. That's true. I have my-
It's a
my-
black.
my Martin
It's
Luther
a black.
It is MLK. It's Black History Month, dude. Respect.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Put some respect on the name.
Who is? Oh, Deckard, looking as sharp as ever.
Thank you.
Yes, this is our. I was telling chat. He's from Uganda. He's straight out, but he made it. He built a computer. He built a computer out of poop in the villages, and he managed to
Yeah.
become one of the most popular people of all time. He works with Mr. Beast right now.
shut up, Mr. Beast.
Hey, pull up on these streets, I'm Mr. Beast. Airing out your block, I'm like Mr. Beast.
Bo Black's looking sharp as always. Got a haircut. Good to see.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Good to see. Good to
Oh, yo, yo, yo.
see. Yo,
Do I wanna-
what is up, John?
Do I want to fuck with this, or do I want to fuck with something else?
No, buddy. How's it going, Vince?
Hold on, I gotta sit up. I gotta sit up
What's
my
up, bro?
camera.
Good to see you, buddy.
How are we doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're excited for the show. This is a feature presentation we've been planning for years now. Never before
Yes.
done on YouTube. Game show. I know this is a new thing, so
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
people are gonna be hyped for it.
Wait, who are we waiting on? Wavy.
We're waiting on Wavy. We're waiting on Gokanaru. I think that's it. Yeah, that should be everyone. There should be 8 of us in the call.
So what kind of game show is it?
That's a great question.
It's a Ugandan game show.
Ugandan?
It's a Ugandan game show,
Great.
not to be fucked with.
Yeah, I didn't I DM you that? Ugandan.
Ugandan trivia?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you told me the Zimbabwe is like a trick, but
Oh,
I got you. I knew what you were up to.
Wavy, looking sharp as ever, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's up, group?
Wavy, you are looking as fuck.
Vince, for some reason,
Black
I thought
History
you
Month.
were actually the
Only
guy
for
who-
you, Deckard. only for
Oh, you actually thought I had no eyes?
Thank you.
I thought that was
Dude, I thought you were a blind YouTuber.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm trying to hide my facial deformity, you know?
Nah, let it out.
Wait, is Wavy here? Or
Yeah, Wavy's here.
Wavy's here.
oh, Willie's below.
Straight out,
It's
straight out of
Yeah.
Texas.
We're waiting for
Yeah.
Dontavius
Waiting
to figure out his
for
camera, and then we're also waiting.
Dan.
We got the bush light. There we go. Here we go.
Let the juices flow a little bit.
I think Gokunaru.
Damn, I should have dressed up like Wavy.
True.
So, shall I, whilst we wait, shall I explain what's going on?
We might want to wait for everyone to be here, just because I think Gokunaru will probably be here at 6 sharp. So if we just wait 3 minutes, then we can explain to everyone. Dontavius late as usual. Take your spot, Cam. That's right. You owned him, dude. You got it.
Yo.
Oh, you
Bro, I've been here. I heard everything you said.
We're live right now, dude.
Alright.
Don't say anything.
Yo,
Oh,
what's
dude.
up, Tom
Let's fucking
Darkers?
rise with these Ronin boys.
Yes.
Tom Darkies, we call him.
They have another name, but I can't say it.
You only say that at karaoke.
Yeah.
You got the tropical mango Red Bull going on?
Yo, guys, how's my brightness?
It looks really good, man.
It looks great.
Thanks, bro.
Are you in a big cave? There's just a window.
Yeah, it's called a man cave, bro.
Okay, looks good, dude. You look excellent.
My man's from an abandoned house.
Taking a video from a crack den on fucking JFK Avenue or whatever.
Mobile hotspot going brazy.
Serious.
I kind of
Brazy.
thought it would have been funny if it was just dark the entire stream, to be honest.
Dude, why is it so laggy? What the?
Mobile
Is it for you
hotspot
guys?
Riz, dude. Yeah, a little bit.
Dan, you're appearing offline right now, Dan.
Damn, bro.
You stop appearing offline.
You kind of look like a scene from like Requiem for a Dream where they do heroin and it's like their vision. Like,
I mean, I am on heroin right now, so that would make sense.
Go.
That's the sequel to Requiem coming up.
So we're talking about Quentin Tarantino?
Not yet.
Christmas present.
That will be one question. There's many
I have my
questions.
feet.
You're not gonna get points for clapping your feet.
Oh, damn.
Thanks for clearing that up.
You'll get points in my book.
There we go.
I think
I was
that's
about to pull the dogs up.
We'll do feet stream next time.
Feet stream, okay. So,
Oh, shit.
Welcome to Gobble Gobble Games, where we get 6 of the poorest streamers and basically fight to the death. And the winner, so it's going to be, there's going to be 6 rounds, and one person's going to get.
Dude, this
eliminated
game is
each
so
round
fucking
until
tight,
one
bro.
round Who may win $500?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to play
there's a
Neo
prize.
after this.
Big old prize.
Why did you say May?
Yeah, I'll there's you'll find
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so there's going to be chat voting, but not necessarily to completely dictate who wins or loses. They basically vote. But each round I'll go over what chat will be voting on with the straw polls. That is pretty much it. Oh yeah, and the winner gets a place in the grand finals of Gobble Gobble Games.
So we're gonna do
my
this
God.
one. We're gonna be doing a series, and then whoever's the winner of each one, we're gonna line it up so that at the end we'll have a cast with the winners. And that'll be it.
Yes.
That'll be it. I think the only person we're waiting for is Gokunaru. I'm gonna shoot him a
Oh
message.
yeah, God. I thought everyone was here.
No, we're still waiting on him.
He's in China right now, man. Didn't you know?
Yeah, he's still
He's in
filming that
China.
Hong Kong video, man. Come on.
He's been there since he's been there since the content news.
Didn't he try bat soup or something in 2019?
Yeah, he caught that bat soup COVID.
Dude, he brought it back. He's the reason.
I heard Susan W sent the Nintendo agents to capture him, and that's why he's hiding out in China. He's been playing Polybius the entire time, searching for the answers.
Shout out Susan, man.
Shout out Susan. Big ass. All right, where the fuck is Gokunaru? I'm gonna just start spam calling him.
Maybe they're trying to.
I miss Susan though. So much more memeable than the current CEO.
Who is the current CEO?
His name's
some
Neil
guy.
Neil Mohan. Neil Mohan.
Wait, so Tom, how did you get permission to stream from Jimmy Kimmel's set?
Dude, I know it's a big deal. Obviously, you know the big bucks are really rolling in now. This stream's actually sponsored by BetterHelp. They've been helping me out personally, and they decided to get me this set. You know, it's pretty nice, it's pretty convenient. They did a good job, and Jimmy's actually a nice guy too. You know, he said he liked my shirt, so it's good.
Did he try to get you to do blackface before you went up there, or would you have just done that voluntarily, or what?
He did heavily encourage that. Yes, Fallon vetoed that though. He was in the room as well.
Did he show you the flight list that he was on?
He did. Where the is Gokunaru? All right, I'm gonna.
Who's got their Zen ready to go?
Dude, I'm gonna start
Okay.
calling him. He's got the Zen, dude. I don't have any Zens. No Zens, dude. They made me throw up.
Yeah, I'm Zenless today.
We should probably wait for Chris.
Zenless.
Make you throw up, bro? Are you gay or something?
Dude, why are you always calling me gay, dude? When I told you what car I got, we go to VidCon and tell you what car I got, you're like, kind of gay. Tell you I go to the gym, kind of
Yeah,
gay.
I mean-
Tell you I'm doing Zins, kind of gay. Like everything is just gay with you.
Yeah, I mean it as a compliment.
Oh,
I mean it as
okay.
a compliment.
What the hell? What is this? What are we talking about?
Zin.
I think Dan, you're truck pilled, aren't you? Aren't you
Oh
truck
hell yeah.
pilled?
I'm truck build.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
truck is
that means-
okay.
It's got the Maverick,
Wait,
the
let's
Ford
see.
Maverick.
Oh yeah, let's see
Truck
what kind
pilled.
of truck. Is it an F350? No.
No, I would.
Is
No.
it an F150? No.
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 It's a Maverick. It's a car. It's a
The
CRV.
EV.
Okay, barely.
CRV.
Barely a car.
C.
At least it's not a ridge line though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
A Ridgeline wallet.
Yeah, no free shout outs here, man.
Alright. It's time to start
I
spam
think
calling.
Where is
everyone
Go-
in this call might have a code for Ridge.
I'm calling
So
you
if
right
Goku
Probably
doesn't
like
reach.
a couple years from a few years ago.
Wait, someone. I
now.
think Tom, you got
International
me.
calls are expensive, so I do have a Ridge wallet. International calls are expensive, so we'll see. how this
Riz
goes.
wallet.
Riz wallet.
Riz wallet, dude. Dude, if I do another Ridge
They could've
wallet
sold millions.
sponsor, I gotta call it Riz wallet. They gotta let me.
He's not answering the fucking phone, dude. This guy sucks.
The Chinese got him, dude.
You got him, bro.
Yeah, this PC. Is he
Alright.
gonna do the show through your phone?
Yo, it's time.
That'd be sick.
I'm getting in right now.
Okay. He's coming. He's coming.
He said, I thought it was 6 o'clock mountain time.
MP.
Mao time.
Now time.
Now time.
Oh,
Go Kanaru. How's it going, Mark? Are you
No.
alright, man?
Hey, yo,
No,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
You doing alright, buddy?
You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You can go to.
No, I'm good.
hospital.
I'm good. Thank you guys. I'm sorry for being late. My bad.
Wait, what the fuck happened?
it
What's going
seems
on?
like you
Is
do
this
have a good
is this comedy proper? Is this for real?
Well, he's in
I
China.
don't know why you think I would joke about this, but
Okay.
yeah, it's good to be here though. I'm
Clearly-
shocking. I'm
Clearly
sorry.
real. It's real.
Clearly it's serious.
Did something bad happen? Did Sneeko
Very
get you?
brave for you coming
Dude,
on
what
here,
happened?
Gokudaru.
Bro, I thought that was an
like-
egg at first.
I don't know.
Dude, I thought it was
I thought-
too, bro.
Why
That
you
was like
guys-
why is there a fried egg on his?
CCP got him.
What are you on your fucking period? Are your girls tampon on
Yo,
your
bro,
face?
One of the rounds is an eye test for your left eye. So.
Oh, wait.
Awesome.
Double instant W? Hell yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I really need to win this, guys. Is there money?
Yeah, me
is there
too.
money involved?
$500
Bro, I need to buy-
cash
I
I need to buy
prize.
more Zins, bro. I spent all my money on Zins.
So I gotta get some money for some more Zins.
He's in sick.
Oh hell yeah.
Did you say there is money on the line
There's a
right
$500 cash prize if you win. Yes.
now? Okay, all right.
That's about 12,000 yuan.
Ugandan dollars.
Yes.
It'll pay for
It's
the
a lot of money.
ambulance trip. At least.
I'll pay for
Bro.
his
It's
health
very
Let me
insurance.
pay for the
All right.
Chinese health.
Well, now that we're all here, Decker, do you want to explain the show to everyone?
Right. Welcome to Gobble Gobble Games, where we'll go through 6 rounds, and one person will be eliminated each round until the final round, and there's 2 people left. And I'll explain that round when we get there. And each round is a bit different. So round 1 is more of a trivia round. Round 2 is basically kick-off. Round 3 is something really good, and round 4 is also really good, as is round 5. I'll explain when we get to those rounds.
Very detailed.
That's all right. Thank you.
Really good.
We've been doing a lot of top secret research on this, okay? Listen, he's literally in Uganda
There's a
City
lot.
right now doing research with Coach Red Pill, who is still alive, so do not...
Uganda
We're doing a
City.
lot. We're doing a
Say
lot
no
with that
more,
show. While you're
Thomas.
complaining about Mama Max, while you're protecting files from Mama Max, okay? We're doing the real work, starting game
We're
shows.
doing work. We're saving black lives right now.
You got, dude, this show has
Wait,
a higher.
Camden is
The
black.
high school for this show is higher than Uganda's GDP. So, I mean, we can do a lot with this money. There.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We are picking up Uganda right now. Okay, so shall we just, okay, and also chat will vote at the end of each round. Some rounds their votes will dictate who goes through.
It's up to the fucking chat, man. Are you
No,
serious?
only one of the rounds.
Okay.
The other, some of the rounds I'll get to, they will merely help whoever they want to go through. And on top of that, each round there is opportunities for the chat to donate, and they can interact. So for the first round, which is the trivia round, anyone can donate their own questions. It has to be a question, and they have to have 4 possible answers. and they've got to be possible to answer. So don't do questions like
who did I jack off to yesterday?
You so freaky ass.
Yeah.
it has to be something they can guess.
As long as it's right, I'll know.
That was gonna be mine.
Damn.
So Tom, Turkey Lord Tom, what's the minimum donation to get get your own question?
If you want to get a question in, it's going to be $50. So if you guys want a question in, when Deckard announces it, put the dono in and we will take it. We'll take almost any answer as long as it's like semi-answerable. So yeah, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, and each round, so there will be the bottom two of each round will have to plead and make a good case to the Turkey Lord, which is Turkey Tom. And then Turkey Tom will decide who lives and who dies. So yeah, let's. Any questions?
So when we say the answers, is it like one at a time, and then you finally say what the answer is, or how does it work?
When we get to the rounds, I'll explain the rules. So I might as well just go to let's go to round one, which is called Turkey Brains. So I'm gonna go one person at a time, and they get to pick a topic, and then I will read a question from that topic.
What?
Some of them will have a secret sort of thing, a secret bonus thing behind them. The film one is marked as hard because you can get 2 points for answering correctly on the film director, but it is probably the hardest question on the.
This is legit trivia, dude. I suck at it.
This is only round one. Don't worry about it.
I can do it.
And then, we'll be tallying your scores. It's basically 1 point per question, unless there's a bonus point thing. And then at the end of the round, chat will vote on a straw poll, and whoever comes out on top will get bonus 5 points, and then second will get 4 points, third will get blah blah blah, and then we'll see if that makes a difference. Before we start, we should probably get everyone to introduce themselves. So let's start with the most autistic man I know, Boblax.
As you can tell, I'm very autistic. I have Sonic in the background. I read tweets on YouTube for a living, and that's about it.
And you drive
I
a
can't
Tesla.
believe it's a real
You
job,
drive a
people.
Tesla, which is dark.
Yes. So
he's
even
saving
more
you.
autistic.
Nice.
I'm supporting my autism overlord Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He's like the king.
And my whole career's based on his website. So yeah,
And you're
very
giving black
autistic.
people free rides this month, right, on the Tesla.
Yeah, for Black History Month.
Yeah.
For Black History Month.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Only this month though. After that,
After
will
that,
they get a
it
discount?
runs. So we have Dan Tavius.
Don Tavius,
That's me.
the greatest YouTuber of all time.
Yes, Dan Tavius, that's me.
Dantavirus.
Yeah, former nitrous oxide addict, current rhino pill addict.
Hey, dude, the rhino pills are good. They'll get you going. Dude.
I'm off 2 of them and black in mouth right now, so I'm ready to go.
Thanks. Go. Okay. All right.
How do you think? How confident are you?
In what? In general, not very.
No. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Next we have the man from China, Okinaru.
It's like very ominous.
The man from China.
Hi guys, I'm Gokinaru. I make videos, and I could really use the $500. So please, fix this game for me, guys. This is my setup. If I win the 500, I'm going to probably upgrade my best.
Maybe.
Bro, are you in Uganda right now, or?
Yeah,
He's got that Uganda setup.
I am currently a nitrous addict, so.
Jesus!
Did I see like?
So yeah, please. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I put a lot on the line to be here, guys. So.
He needs some milk.
Let's refrain from the jokes. This man is streaming from a cancer ward, so be gentle.
Got a fried egg on his eye.
Yeah, cancer is worse. Okay. Next we have Vincent Vintage. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Vince Vintage. I'm a YouTuber. Got doing like 500,000 subs, doing pretty good. And if I had that $500, it's gonna go towards this little guy. I got a doggy.
It looks stuffed though. What is,
Yeah, it looks all.
Almost as autistic as Boblax.
Yo, that looks like a cryptid, bro? Is that a cryptid?
fucking anglerfish.
Cryptid. It's a crypt. There we go.
Oh, it's the boxer, right?
What the fuck is that?
It's like a French bulldog.
It looks like, do you guys know what a tardigrade is? It's like the smallest known living organism. It looks like that.
There we go.
I think that's a chupacabra of some sort.
Yeah, it's got some surgeries we got to pay for, so I'm just like, damn, I hit up Tom and I was like, yo, I got to come on the show to win that 500.
Well, you know what? We've actually got some good news. If you win, you'll be given 500 for the surgery. If you lose, we're gonna take that dog and give it to XQC so we can live stream himself putting it inside of a wood chipper. So we've got a lot of stakes. We've got a lot going on.
Reaction to that's gonna be crazy.
I'm totally down.
Okay, sounds good. We can take the problem off your hands for you, okay?
Yo, the
I like
stakes are
bring up
high.
XQC as well.
The stakes are high.
Like,
Okay.
out of all the streamers, it's got to be him. But whatever,
Yeah,
you know.
he'll do
it's
a
all
good reaction to that dog dying. Don't worry. I'm sure he'll say like 2 words maybe.
Chat.
Chat, what the f is it? Why are you putting
It's
him in
actually crazy, chat. He's like,
Yo,
he's like a dog, chat.
crazy. The dog's getting shredded up, Chad.
Our next contestant is Willie Mac Show. Willie Mac, how's it going?
Really mad.
Good. I'm make videos on retweets. That is all.
Base, and
Hell
you do
yeah.
that very well, very well. And our final contestant, long time wonder of the
running
Ugandan
for
police
governor in
force. He's got a bush light. Wavy, how's it going?
I'm good, man. You guys know me. Make internet history videos on the Wavy Web Surf channel. You know, a little bit of internet true crime, some lolcow coverage, stuff of that nature.
I'm in my gaming gear right now.
That clears up any discrepancy with
That's
that.
no other guy here drinking a beer, by the way. Camo Bush Light. Cheers.
I hope that clears up any discrepancies.
Oh, dude, what is that? What's a yop? That sounds That sounds like a slur.
Wow.
It's just
Not what I'm
it's
Wow.
like
Oh, a
cream. It's like creamy yogurt. I don't know.
Before we
Yeah,
go any
yeah.
further, Gokanaru,
Brother.
you're looking a little parched. Can we get another whip it real quick? Come on. Don't be a
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
Let's get a whip it for the.
Bro, I
For the
can't
stream.
watch this. I can't watch this, bro. It's gonna make me spiral.
Oh, okay. There we go. Good job, bro. You did a good job. You hit it. You hit it nice.
You know what sucks? Can I just tell you something? In my city, I'm Canadian, so they're like soy is. They put bitterants in all the dust cleaners to try and deter people from doing what I just did, what you just watched me do. So every time I fucking hit this, it's like it just flashbangs my entire fucking throat.
Bro, that's why you gotta hit the whipped cream canister.
No,
It's
no,
better.
I prefer
I
the
wish somebody-
bitterant. Real men,
No, he wants the
real
air
men
duster.
use the bitterant.
Ah, bro.
That's like having a hobby beer.
I wish somebody would have told me we were hitting dusters tonight. I mean, I would have got
Yeah.
more than. I would have taken a trip to Office Depot.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's an acquired
10
taste. I
cans.
feel.
Winner gets a pack of whippets.
Bro, y'all don't give a fuck about your brain cells.
Okay, round one. Go.
Turkey brains.
Jesus
We're gonna
Christ, I
start
don't even know if
with
I'm gonna fuck with
Bo
this.
Black's
Gaming.
Gaming. Do I have the answer?
Dude, if it's about Sonic, I win, dude.
Dude, you got this ace if it's
I'm-
about to
If
I'm
it's about
deleting
Sonic,
it
you
now.
can say the most
I'm
specific thing.
I'm actually changing the question. Okay.
Wait, what the?
This motherfucker
Wait,
has
no, put
Sonic
the
in
Sonic
there.
back
It
on.
was
Come
Sonic.
on.
Wait,
What
how
a
do I? Okay,
Dude, come
here
on.
we go. Here's
Come
the
on.
question, Bo Blacks. Regarding
Oh.
the Metal Gear Solid series,
Yes.
which of the following is true? Is it A, Hideo Kojima, the creator of the Metal Gear games, named the protagonist of the series, Solid Snake, after his favorite male actor? Is it B, in Metal Gear Solid 3, during the boss battle against the legendarily old sniper named The End, if the player saves, quits, and adjusts the PlayStation's internal clock 8 days forward, The End will automatically die of old age? Is it C, in Metal Gear Solid 5, somewhere in the open world map is a hidden cave. Exploring deep within it, players can recruit a soldier named Ozama? Or is it D, Hideo Kojima was eventually fired by Konami during the development of Metal Gear Solid 5 because Kojima was spending too much time and resources trying to perfect the realism of the player's horse defecating?
It's C.
You think it's
Or
C?
wait,
Is
it's
that your final?
Wait. I don't know what the fuck Ozama is.
You don't know who Ozama is hidden in a cave.
Sound it out.
No.
What about
Sound
the
it
guy's
out.
dick?
Oh.
From that one.
I gotta rush you.
B. I'm going B. I'm going B.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You are absolutely correct.
Yes.
Got it.
I had
Okay.
no fucking clue.
Yeah, I never played that game.
Ozama.
Make sure you're using
Oh, we're not
Aura.
allowed to cheat? Oh, my bad.
Remember,
Yeah, you're not allowed to cheat. You. If you cheat, I'll send
my
the
bad.
I'll send the fucking collectors.
I
to you
didn't
again.
know, you
And they'll
never
take your
said
other
that.
eye. They'll take your other
Tom
eye.
really hates cheaters.
Okay, well nobody ever said it.
True.
So.
Willie's just
Okay.
fucking looking into his phone constantly. Look at him, bro. He's just peering into
He's
his
trying to
phone.
look up all the answers, bro.
Tom, your hair is crazy right now, bro. You look like the big guy from Regular Show. Your hair right now. I get this $500 and I will buy Tom a fucking haircut. How about that?
It's not that I can't afford a haircut. It's that I refuse.
I don't know. I can't
crowdfund
tell
the
because who would voluntarily have this right now? This is
You
crazy.
see, it has sort of a.
Dude, bro's got that man dart cut.
I'm trying to model my hair after the Stahlhelm from World War II. If you're familiar with that helmet, it's sort of a Wehrmacht thing. So it's sort of like a natural, helmet, getting me going.
It looks good. You pull it off.
No, I mean, I don't think anyone can pull this off, but I'm gonna keep doing it because it's just like it's based, you know.
Do it.
I'm in my scaring the hose mode right now.
Okay, remember if you want your own questions.
Hey, what does your shirt say?
It says I have a dream.
I have.
Okay.
Tom, you just love black people, don't you?
On to be.
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
You just love the blacks, bro. I love
Especially
it.
this
What
month.
would you pick a topic?
All right, let's go conspiracy theories.
Of
course, something you would pick.
My specialty.
No bonus there, but
All right, I'm out.
It's fine. Don't worry.
He just leaves the fucking call.
Never mind.
Dude, I wish I was that based.
That would be pretty good, baby. You just drop the call like Wings of Redemption in lockout.
I'm out of here,
There we
dude.
go.
No bonus.
Right.
Yo, what
so-
about the daily double? Is that?
You got the sound effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Conspiracy
That's that
theories.
shit.
Question: which of the following is not an actual conspiracy theory? Is it A, Paul McCartney died in 1966? Is it B, Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing? Is it C, redheads, also known as gingers, are descendants of aliens? Or is it D, J.K. Rowling is a male to female transgender? So which of those
Okay.
four is not an official conspiracy theory?
Okay, I feel like D is a trick because like everyone who exists, there's a theory that they're transgender. So I'm gonna say C.
You're going to say C.
I'm gonna go with
redheads.
C.
Okay, so you're saying, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's incorrect.
Damn.
Oh.
What?
Okay,
No, so
Edward.
if I look that up right now, no one's gonna say that she's transgender. You're fucking
Well,
stupid.
it's not an official. It's not an official.
Oh, it's not canon.
not an officially
Alright,
sanctioned
that's
conspiracy
fine.
theory?
That's
yeah, it's
fine.
not sanctioned yet. It might be soon. But
I mean, after this, it will be.
Goku.
Yeah.
Goku from St. Jude's.
St. Jude's. From Barbara Bush.
Stop trying to
A
kill
little St.
everyone,
Jude's
Goku.
Island.
We know you're rude. Don't kill us. Okay, what topic?
Go film directors. I'm not here to f around. I need the
Okay,
money.
film directors, you are not f***ing around. Okay, so for this question, there's a special rule because it's
I'm deadly serious, bro.
I feel like Goku's got this.
right.
He's
So
a little king of
basically,
the-
for this question, if you don't get it right, we pass it over to. Actually, I should have been doing that all round, but it doesn't matter.
God damn it, Deckard. You are paying this fucking guy, Tom.
So this is worth 2 points, but for every wrong answer, we increase it by 1 point to a maximum of 4. So
To the next person, you mean?
yeah, so if you get it wrong, we'll pass it over, and it will be like a buzzer thing. But everyone, their buzzer has to be a turkey gobble. So just think of a good gobble. Yeah. So the
So
first
I
one
don't
to
have
do
to.
that.
I don't have to gobble.
You don't have to gobble. So
You can.
You'll be fine. You can if you
Should.
want. You don't
Probably
have to.
should.
Okay, so
Okay.
here's the question. Which one of the following films was directed by David Fincher? Is it A, The Hunt, B, Steve Jobs, C, Alien 3, or D, The Girl in the Spider's Web?
Fuck you.
Oh, he thought it would be easy. Because he's a little film nerd.
Girl in the spider's web.
Are you fucking Googling? He's literally...
I'm not. Okay. All right. Let's go with The Hunt.
You're going with A, The Hunt. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is incorrect. So pass
Girl
it
in the
over.
spider's
First
web.
to gobble. This is now worth 3 points. No
B,
one's gobbling?
Steve Jobs.
Wait, is that Willie? Willie, is that your
I'm
answer?
gobbling out here like a madman. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Gobble. Okay.
There you go.
B, Steve Jobs, is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Incorrect. It is now worth 4 points.
Gobble gobble.
Was that Vince?
D. Yeah. D. Or no. C.
Is that your final answer? C.
C.
Alien 3.
Yep.
That is correct.
Deckard, you can't laugh. You gave away the answer to him when you laughed. You can't laugh. You gotta maintain
Who laughed?
poker
Did I
face.
laugh?
You laughed.
Yeah,
Because you knew he got the wrong answer and you were like, ha ha ha.
I knew it from the beginning. It was Alien 3. He did Alien 3.
Do you know why I laughed? Because I instantly thought Bo Black.
Listen, you play the game a little bit. You play the game a little bit. Ridley Scott directed, I think, Alien 1 and 2.
Yeah, I thought it was Ridley Scott, but I guess I'm
Yeah.
tripping.
Ridley Scott did Alien. Jimmy, what's his face? Did Aliens.
So,
James Cameron.
The other Titanic guy. Okay, right.
David Cameron.
James Cameron.
David Cameron.
James Cameron.
Jimmy Cameron. Okay, Vince, over to you.
Wait, I can't see it.
Should not. I can't see it either.
Female streamers.
Okay,
Bringing out the
let's see.
misogyny for
Female
this one.
streamers.
Let's go.
damn, bro.
Hell
If only
yeah.
Jabroni was here, bro, he would eat up this category.
Female streamers. Oh shit, I haven't practiced it. Okay, so for this question, Vince, I will
Kitties.
recreate an infamous clip of a female streamer using only body movements. No words. I haven't practiced this. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
We go.
Okay.
This is not turning me on.
Is it A,
Oh, okay.
Bad Bunny? Is it B, Pokimane? Is
I'm gonna
it
say
C,
Pokimane.
Invader
Pokimane.
Kai? Is that your final
Damn.
answer?
Yeah, Pokemon.
You are absolutely correct. That was Pokimane.
Oh,
Because it was during it was the cookie thing, right?
No, that's when she said
I thought it was like, you're a broke bitch.
that is when she shared her.
Oh yeah.
It's her
Say
saying
that.
the N word.
Yeah, she was engaging in her Ugandan heritage with that one.
It's
Yes.
N-word. You ain't funny. It's not true.
Oh yes.
And only the
Boring as
team that
lame
say that
as
shit.
Bo Blacks knows all the Pokemon.
I was so ready to gobble on that one, dude. As
She,
soon as
she was based for that one. I'm not gonna lie.
She was.
Yeah,
She won.
she ate a hot Cheeto before that one.
Dude, that's the best Pokemon clip.
The real version
So,
of Pokemon.
If someone says the wrong answer, that's when you start the gobble, right?
Yes, that's when I pass it over. Yeah.
So when you say like, okay, that's the wrong answer, anyone gobble.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Steal.
So whoever
I should've done
gobbles
that for all the
first.
questions, but I
So
fucked
whoever
up.
gobbles
Okay.
first gets the answer, or what?
We can
Yes.
gobble
Yeah,
on
if-
any f***ing question?
Yes.
No.
If they get it,
the person gets it wrong.
if they get it wrong.
Yeah, we
Okay.
pass it over.
Okay.
Okay, so Wavy, pick whatever you want.
Let's give the fans what they've been waiting for. Let's do the drama YouTube. Everybody's wanting this one of these
Drama
days.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, drama YouTube. Let's find it.
Willie Mack with the literature question.
Yeah, he's been waiting for it. You know, he just can't wait to
Very
do that one.
literate.
He's a
It's
dark
like,
horse.
screw that one, man. That's
Okay, Wavy. This might be easy. How did Colleen Ballinger respond to her grooming allegations in 2023? Is it A, she turned a response into a song whilst playing the ukulele? Is it B, she made a 40-minute apology video whilst holding her chihuahua? Is it C, she did not respond but instead uploaded a video about her grandfather dying using a thumbnail of her face covered in tears? Or is it D, she admitted to every allegation but maintained nothing illegal had occurred as the age of consent in the state of 17?
I wonder.
A, B, C, D.
This was an
It's,
easy one, Deckard. Okay.
God
I
damn
think-
it. What a
I
what a
think-
fucking
Hold
layup.
on, you guys don't even know if I fucking know it. The answer is A.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Really lucky guess.
Correct. How are you gonna say that and then get it right? This guy's
It would have been funny if you got it wrong on purpose. I would have respected
If
that,
you
honestly.
if you get that wrong though, you just prove you have a life. I feel like.
Okay,
Mm.
we're gonna have
Maybe.
lots of bonuses now. So, Willie,
biology.
what did you pick?
Biology.
Biology.
Biology. Oh, that's no bonus on that one either. Okay, so
Okay, is there
let me
any
make sure.
bonuses? You just trolling us this whole time with the bonus?
I think I'm trolling
You
myself.
never know.
I swear I put bonuses on it.
Trying to get the daily double, bro.
He's been addicted to
Willie.
Trank for a few months. He's been having a hard time. Okay.
Tranking it up, bro.
Which content creator's chin is flat? Is it A?
biology.
Is it B?
I
Tommy
think
C?
I saw this one in my biology textbook. Actually.
This is very much biology.
I know exactly who this is.
Is it C, Tipster, or is it D, Boogie2988?
am the most sophisticated commentary drama YouTuber, and I know that shit. I'm a master of chins. That is definitely
you're
a
right.
tipster chin.
Wait, is he
Yeah,
Leafy's
yeah,
dad?
you're right.
He's Leafy's dad?
Why do I doubt
Yeah, that's
the
Leafy's dad,
Turkey
dude.
Lord himself?
Oh,
Is
shit.
that true, though?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, baby.
Absolutely correct.
Let's
It is. How did that That's the best sound clip I've ever.
And jump scare, bro. What are you doing?
You are coping and seething.
Right. Okay. So now that everyone has chosen their topic, I will now. I'm going to do the rest of the questions, but it's going to be whoever gobbles first gets to answer it. So let's start with politics.
So we only
Wait,
can gobble
you have
after
to ask
you
the question
read out.
first? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the question first,
Oh.
and then.
Do we do like you have to read it fully or something, or just whenever
No,
you ding
you
it?
can gobble whenever you want.
Yeah, got it.
If you
gobble
say
right
the wrong
now.
answer, you lose points. To kind of give it some stakes.
Let me
So not
see.
everyone's just
They say
gobbling.
interrupt though. You don't finish the
that's
question,
good.
right?
Yeah.
before
So
they have to
this
answer.
politics actually is literally you lose a point if you guess incorrectly.
Okay.
Damn.
Are there
I won't-
negative
yeah,
points?
You won't go minus. Let's just
Okay.
say that. Okay. So, does anyone want to gobble now? Does anyone have the balls to gobble? Goku, what's the answer?
Goku.
What the fuck
A,
was the
B,
question?
C, or D?
Oh, I shouldn't have fucking done the nitrous. Oh my god. Oh my fucking
You
god.
got
A, B,
this,
C,
dude.
or D?
Take one more hit.
Wait,
and you'll
what's
run
the-
it out.
C.
You're
What's the
picking
question?
C.
Man,
Wow,
is
he gobbled
crazy.
before I said it. He's got balls.
Oh, okay.
I gotta fucking tell you. Is it C? Is that your final answer? Are
That's
you
my
sure?
final answer. Yeah.
Final answer. You are on Whippets.
C is incorrect. I'm afraid
Oh!
you lose a point, but you were on 0, so it's
All
fine.
right, gobble,
You don't lose
gobble,
anything.
gobble.
Who got? Oh,
I think we should
gobble.
put him in the negative. I think we should give him -1, so he has to
Okay,
build back.
sorry.
Why fucking clarify?
Oh,
in
don't
debt.
change
Be
it now
honest,
when I'm about
he's
to
already
do
in the
it.
negative when it comes to eyes. So fuck
Okay,
it.
fair enough.
-1. So gobble. What's your answer? Was that Dan Tobias?
I'm going with B, bro. I'm
Missing
feeling
bitch.
B.
I don't even know the
Your
question.
Is that your final answer?
I'm
Missing
feeling it.
bitch.
That is absolutely correct.
I knew it, bro.
Genius.
Dude, what a political genius!
That is-
I know.
Put him in office.
That's better than anything Destiny's ever done.
Yo.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, wait.
I'm ready to
What
Destiny.
was
If
the
you're watching
question?
this, I'm ready to debate.
Dude, get ready
So
for
the
the
question
debate.
was, what was George W. Bush doing during the 9/11?
No,
Oh, I
he's
actually
reading
know
to
the answer
children.
this.
A,
I-
he was oh no, yeah, you're right. That I f***ed up.
Wait, it's A!
Oh.
Gobble A, gobble
Okay,
A,
yeah,
gobble, gobble A,
sorry.
A, gobble, 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 gobble A.
You
Hey,
duh.
Bunch of fucking amateurs. in here.
Oh,
Why
what?
did I think he was
Bastard.
playing golf? I don't even.
This is
know.
what I get for getting
Yeah,
a
I know
scam
that.
phone caller to do his job.
This
for
is
me.
what you get for a Ugandan. I'm not even Ugandan, but that's the only way.
India not beating the allegations.
Gokanaru got it right, and really, is that what happened?
No, no,
No,
no,
wait,
no.
no, go
I'm not that lucky.
Oh, okay.
It's A, so
Dan
Bo
Bolt
Black
got it
gets
wrong.
in. What the?
Yes.
That's got it. Okay.
Bro,
right.
you just
I
Indian
actually
gave
know
the
that because everybody uses that meme on Twitter, and I've read
Fucking
it out in my
Deckard, you
videos
just,
so many times. Like Joe Biden
I was one of the
for
school
somebody.
children, so I know about it.
fucking Indian gave Dantavius
You're
right
like a
there, bro.
Ukrainian refugee, bro.
Okay, music. Yeah, I'm sorry for messing that up. Bo Blacks did win that. Okay, so this is the music one. This is also has a bonus. So whoever gets this, whoever answers this correctly, will get 3 points. So
Oh my
the
God.
question is,
Oh my god!
which of the 4 following songs has the highest number of listens on Spotify? Is it A, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana?
Gobble.
Is it B,
It's gotta be D, bro. I'm gobbling D.
Dynamite by BTS?
I'm gobbling D right
How-
now.
What are you
Okay,
talking about,
if
man?
you're
Sure.
gobbling BTS, how many members?
No.
3.
Wait.
Okay, so if you get if this is the most listened, you get 3 points. If they're the second most listened, you get 1 point.
What?
Wait.
Unfortunately, it is neither the first one.
Oh,
Your own.
Your owned.
Yeah.
Gobble.
Yeah, gobbling.
See?
Vince.
Gobble.
See.
That is absolutely correct. Bad Guy
What?
by Billie Eilish is
Okay, bro.
the
Bro,
most-
he's cheating. He's cheating. He's got to be
is
cheating.
the most.
There's
In
no
second
way.
place was Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo. So that is fucking hell, Jesus, that's a lot of points. Okay, plot holes is the next one. Right. So this one is is also a bonus.
Chat, I'm gonna need you to support me in my time of need.
If
Same.
whoever answers this correctly will get a point, and they get to deduct 1 point from anyone else.
Go, just hit the duster, bro. It'll numb the pain for a moment.
What is the infamous plot hole in the film The Shawshank Redemption?
Here, gobble.
Okay, go for it.
Wait
You
a
got
minute.
5 seconds.
Oh, I have to
Five,
pick a. Oh,
four,
shit. B.
three,
Could be
two,
any of these.
B. Why didn't the protagonist Andy get the death sentence and therefore stay in a more secure prison after being found guilty of double homicide? That is incorrect. So, anyone else? Is it A?
He's having a hard time. He's having a hard
Gobble
time.
A. Gobble A.
You're going for how were Morgan Freeman's and Tim Robbins' characters able to meet and become friends when black people could not mix with white people?
Wait, I just picked a random one.
Yo,
Wait, no, C.
nah.
C.
Nah,
C.
gobble C, gobble
Gobble
C.
C.
Okay,
Gobble
you're
C.
going C. Is that
No,
your
you
final
can't
answer?
change it, bro.
You can't change it, Bo
You
Black.
can't change it.
If they already
Wait, I
guessed
didn't know that one was racist. It's Black History Month. Go to C.
No, you can't,
How
dude.
was
No,
Andy able
I'm
to crawl
gobbling
through
C,
his
bro.
escape tunnel and reattach the Rita Hayworth poster to hide the hole from the outside?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. You get
Yeah,
1 point.
dude, I totally
and,
knew it.
Son
and
of a.
you get to deduct.
Hey, after you answer it one time though, you can't change it.
Yeah,
for-
Yeah, bro.
Once you say it, it's out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
wait,
mean,
wait,
integrity
you
of the
can
Sim
take away
show
the
is
point.
called
You
into
can
question.
take away the point. No,
I'm
I
so
mean,
stupid.
We'll give you that one. We'll give you
Unfair.
that one,
There's
bro.
money on the line here, Detective
Yeah.
Deckard.
give it to Dentavius. I donate my point to Dentavius because he picked
You're
C.
giving your point. You're not going
Yes.
to deduct a point. You're giving a point.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
giving
right,
the
right.
point of that
Okay.
from that one to
Right, so
Dentavius.
now, who
Thank
do
you,
want
Bo
to deduct?
Blacks.
Now you
I
get
will
to deduct.
Oh, and now I get to choose to deduct. from
Gokunaru
Vintage?
wants a point so
Hell yeah,
bad,
dude.
dude. He's going through
Okay,
a rough
you'll
time.
You know,
Deducting.
honestly, it would be funny if you deducted from me after giving me the point.
Deduct from Dentavius.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Okay,
fine.
you
That's
are
fair.
deducting from Dentavius.
I
Minus
should stop
1.
talking, bro. I should really
That
stop
was-
talking.
Yeah, I gotta fucking focus, man.
That
Yeah,
was
dude,
mind games.
You
That was.
you
fucking
saved
mind
Vince Vintage there, dude.
games. Okay, the final.
Hey,
the
Vince,
final
just remember, I'm coming to your house tomorrow, bro.
I know you
Just
are.
remember that.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the question for everyone. It is in William Golding's The Lord of the Flies. What does the book's title refer to in the story? Is it A, the decapitated pig's head on a stick? Is it B, the name of the boat that rescues the children? Is it C,
Gobble.
the smoke
A.
Gokunaru
A.
gobbled A.
Now your final answer?
Gokunaru was first. He gobbled
Yeah.
A.
Oh.
Oh, was that Goku? Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
I,
first.
I didn't say a
What's your-
word.
Wait, you did?
Or
Okay,
no,
wait.
It was.
Okay, it was
Me, bro, I
Dontavius.
gobbled.
You have the same fucking voice. You have the same voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
we kind of do actually. It's like that scene in Family Guy where like Mr. Pewterschmidt is talking to the doctor.
I think we should fight each other to the death right now. Sudden
That
death.
is the
Okay.
correct answer. A is
Okay.
I
nine
should have
correct
fucking
answer.
taken it. I should have fucking taken it. Sorry.
Okay, so let me go through the scores before we see if there's any chat questions. Bo Blacks is on 2 points. Dantavis is on 2 points as well.
Woo!
Hell
You're
yeah.
wild
is
to
on-
count that.
Goku is on -1.
Wait, what?
Vince is
The
on
minus world.
8 points.
Dude,
God,
Wade
who
is on 1 point, and Willie is on 1 point.
has 8 points?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro, he's cheating. He's cheating, dog.
Fucking
Do you
God.
have any,
Dude, he
question
knew the
questions?
answers
So,
from
Dog
before.
surgery.
Man, this
Gotta
fool
pay
be
for the
looking
dog
at his
surgery.
goddamn phone, bro.
Detective Deckard, wait up.
Yeah.
Just
Fuck,
question. How's it looking for me? Like, how much more opportunity do I have before I'm
Let me see. So Boblax is on 2. You are also on 2.
No, sorry,
Goku's
this
on
is
-1.
Yeah. So I'm at
It all
-1.
depends. I think chat can make a difference because
Chat,
you don't
please.
want to be the bottom 2.
Okay. All right.
Turkey Lord, are there any user-created questions?
Yeah, an excellent question. I should ask. Chat, if you guys want questions, submit them right now. Let me know. I won't charge you guys this time around. I'll be nice this time, okay? So just put your questions in chat,
For the debut.
and I will pick one from you guys.
And how much is this going to be worth? How many points?
We'll do 5 points for this one, so we could make a serious recovery.
Shit, bro.
Y'all ask some question about some lol cows or something. Some you guys with.
Ask some questions
Yeah.
about my ex-wife.
Yeah, ask them about Dan's love life.
Then Tavius
What
could
the fuck?
destroy that round.
I need Bible questions.
I could do that.
Yeah,
Send
like
some
what?
questions in about Diaper Chan or some or whatever.
I actually have a good question. I feel like you guys might not know the answer to. I've got one in mind. Okay. This is from Kino Gem. So when I finish reading, you guys can, say what you think. You can gobble. What do the characters do at the end of the coffin of Andy and Lele?
What the f? What do any of those words mean, bro?
Are there negative points?
See.
He said C.
There's just one
Final
answer.
answer,
There's just
see.
one answer. No, really, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Not a single person.
No.
You guys are all fucking 30. What the? Okay.
Is this just some personal thing that you f with a lot, no one else?
No,
does?
this is like okay. But if I explain it, it's gonna give away the answer. Well, whatever.
Is this like a game or a book or like a movie?
It's a game that like was super famous on Twitter for a while because the brother and sister at the end of it.
Oh.
I don't know anything about
I'm
it.
not really into that type of stuff.
I know like what it looks like the cartoon looks like, but
Man.
All right, I'm waiting for another question.
He's oh really? Wait,
isn't
this
it
is
like incest or some shit that
Wait, can I
happens?
answer this or not?
He just said it. He just said what happened.
Oh, oh, okay.
Wait, how many points? Who got it right?
Nobody got it right. Nobody got it right because I
He just
explained
said
it.
what happened.
That's crazy.
I'm going to link the straw poll now. Vote for who you want. Bonus plus 5 points.
The question was a total fail. So
parentheses.
Yeah, we're gonna
Do
link
the
the straw
points-
poll.
Do the points mean anything by the end?
Yeah, if you get the most, you can win.
Where's that?
Holy fuck.
Where's the Wavy Nation at?
Okay,
might
wait.
be eliminated.
Wait,
okay,
can we like?
Do you want to send me the straw poll in DM so I can put it in
Can
chat?
we do our
yeah, that's
appeals to
actually
chat?
a way better idea.
Yeah, should we all give like a heartfelt speech?
If you're out, you need to have more confidence.
Oh, I got you.
You might do all right.
Wait,
don't worry.
wait.
Well, I've infiltrated chat with thousands of Indian bots, so.
Based.
Thousands of alternate accounts.
All right, chat.
Let's go.
We're
Chat,
gonna be,
keep me going.
I'm putting the straw poll in chat right now, so you guys can vote on who you think should get the extra 5 points. Whoever has been the best performer this stream, whoever you guys like the most, you could donate.
Yep.
Or sorry,
Chat,
you can vote.
I'll hit another whip it, and I'll fuck up 3 more questions. I'll completely derail this entire event.
There will also be
Live from the
TL,
psych
thank
ward.
you, bro.
Okay, so how well do you think you all did, everyone? Whilst we wait for the
Absolute dog.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Those rhino pills aren't doing me any favors. I'll say that.
I think we got a huge lead.
Dude.
I can't even. Does the straw poll link work? Hold on.
Yeah,
For
you
me
got
it does.
click
I
on
see
the
it
box.
updating in
If
real
I'm
time.
winning, then it's working.
I'm voting
Okay,
for myself,
so-
dude. We're doing this.
Oh, I can vote for myself.
Is it
Yeah.
working? Are people voting? I can't tell.
Yeah,
I'm voting, dude.
Let's give it 3
Oh, yeah.
minutes.
Okay. I'll
3
vote
minutes.
myself.
Results.
Oh,
Dude,
it is
I'm
working.
in fourth, bro.
Where the f is the link to this?
Dude,
God
why is
damn it.
Vince getting no
Redneck.
points, dude?
Because he's already got 8 points.
Wow, they all want
Yeah,
their
why
run
does
to
he
die.
deserve points? I'm out here fucking sweating for
Vince
guys.
is
Secure,
safe.
to secure
is
the
no way
safety of
Vince
his dying
is
dog,
going
bro.
out.
Come on.
I gotta
Stack the lead, bro.
Where's the fucking link to the poll at? Goddammit! I can't even see
Goku
this shit.
Naro with -1.
It was in. Wavy, I put it in the. It's in the chat, I think, but I put it on the.
I would
chat
vote
on my
for Goku.
stream.
Chat.
YouTube.
just
Okay,
feel bad.
I ain't even worried about it.
It is actually very close between Dantavius and Wavy.
Damn.
For you guys.
Very close.
I'm sweating for you guys, bro. Give me, hook me up.
Bro, dude, we're neck and neck. Oh, all right. I'm in
Smaggle
the lead now.
really wants Willy.
Dude, Smaggle's just such a bro, dude.
Smaggle wants Willy.
The Wavy Nation came to support, bro. I f with y'all.
Yeah, the
I'm
pimps and
going
players.
to
Yo.
Okay, here we go. I'm ending it now. So Goku gets the full 5 points.
Yo!
Nice.
Go,
You guys,
bro.
thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
you are now on 4 points.
Is he still in last?
He's like in third.
now.
He's in like second or third.
Chat
So
interference.
We are now
Damn,
on
bro.
5 points. And
Mail-in votes.
Willie gets 3,
The mail-in votes.
bonus 3.
So what about me, bro? What about me? I'm in second place.
Thank you,
so-
guys.
Boblax gets 1 point.
Okay, can I just do a quick victory speech? Listen, chat, we're in this together now, okay? That was bound by blood. You're f***ed, okay? If I don't win, the rest of your year's gonna go bad, so I'm counting on you.
Okay, in first place with 8 points is Vince.
Vince,
What
dude,
up?
I don't even. This guy. Been cheating this whole.
I was gonna say I liked your shirt, Willie. I
Big.
I fucking hate you now, bro. This guy, dude.
Yeah.
Making
In
it
second place is down to
My,
Vias.
my phone's right here.
5
My
points.
phone's right here. It's right there.
Big ups, Dan.
I'm unsubscribing. I'm done.
Biggest comeback in sports
of this
history,
round
gentlemen.
XQC
Goku
owns
Naru.
you, little bro. XQC
Wait, so
owns you.
Goku's in third?
Goku went from -1 points to third place with 4 points.
Damn. bro.
You won't regret it.
Willie, tying with Willie, who is also on 4 points.
That's good.
Which leaves us
Willie
with
Alliance.
top 2, which is Boblax and Wavy, both with 1 point. So
Oh,
you face Turkey Lord. I hand it over to our Lord, Mr. Turkey, Tom.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, big boy?
You want me to pick someone?
You can make him convince you otherwise. Do you want?
It's your
do you
game
wanna
show,
get
mother.
the-
I don't understand what the f you're questioning me. What the f is the question?
You have to choose out of these two, but you can maybe they can say a short thing of why you should choose them.
Okay. Why don't you guys
Or
give
can
your
just choose right now.
give your statements? You have 30 seconds each. Go.
Look,
Rock, paper, scissors.
you gotta keep me around. Bo Black is already trying to cheat, you know, answering questions, changing his response as other people time in.
Okay.
You need somebody to check and balance this stream out, and I think you got a guy that's willing to do some shady tactics to get on top here. That's
Raise a
just
good
what I
point.
gotta say.
Raise a good point. He's on some massage.
Mhm.
Boblax, what is your statement?
I bought your plush and it was like $30. The shipping was kind of expensive to Canada, but I did it for you,
That's
bro.
this guy. He tries to nickel with money.
Oh, yes, it on stream.
I got both. I have both of them.
This
tried.
motherfucker's got immunity for the entire show.
Yeah.
So what was the website link?
You know what?
Makeship.com/classic_turkey Tom.
I'm having a very
I'll pull
hard
it up.
time. I'm having a hard time deciding this, and there's a reason why. The reason why is because I love both of you equally. I'm gonna be honest. I want to kick Boblax, but he has the plush. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a short poll for the chat. You guys can decide. Who do I kick?
Oh,
Coward
nice,
race.
Put
nice.
it into the chat's hands.
That's
I'm
rough.
with it.
Bro,
That's
Wavy's
rough.
got the black cowboy hat, which means he's
Wavy's
evil,
got the
bro,
Wavy
so-
Nation behind his side.
Wavy looks like a redneck.
And to be clear,
Wavy
Deckard, whoever loses this is gone, right?
Yeah, they've been eliminated.
All right,
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
chat
Maybe he looks like the guy I made a deal with like 40 minutes ago.
for nitrous.
He sold you the
How did
nitrous?
how did that end up?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Bro, hopefully he didn't lace it with fentanyl.
I didn't buy the nitrous
Tom got
today.
the blazer on.
I got my.
the game-
Point
the game show
against
blazer.
Wavy is I
Run
haven't
it,
seen
Chad.
one new.
Digging the game show blazer.
You gotta be snazzy. I got my watch on. Got my Rolex. Dude.
Yo, is that
Oh!
Jimmy Fallon set?
Dude, hold on. You got
I'm
a
here.
Rolex? Let's see it, dude. Let's
Yeah, the
compare
Rolex.
watches. I got it.
This
Yo,
is my
how
Rolex,
about
dude.
how about
Dude, that looks
second
really
place?
good for a fake. That looks
I got
really
it
good.
$16.
How about
Yeah.
second place wins the Rolex? Can we do that?
This is actually I've had this watch for like 7 years. I don't know.
Second place wins the
Mine
Rolex.
lights up, dude.
Okay, ending the poll at a 60-40 split. They have chosen Boblax to be eliminated. Boblax, thank you for coming on the show. Oh, he's mad. He's mad.
If you want to say your final message, maybe shout out to your.
I
social-
regret buying the plush. Is there? Hopefully, there's a refund chargeback.
There's no refund process.
Thank
You can
you
buy
for
my new
having me
crypto
on.
though.
Thank you all.
Had
I
fun,
love you.
Bo Black. We had fun with
I
you.
love you, Blacks, even though you took my point away after giving me
No
a
hard
point.
feelings,
I love you all,
Black.
even though you're all ableist and you only did because I'm autistic. Bye.
All right, Bobby's out.
Congratulations, everyone. You've made it through to
Thank
round
you,
2.
chat.
There are now 5
Appreciate
contestants
you guys.
left. 5. Wavy, you were saved by the chat. How does it feel to be a fan favorite?
I mean, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys hustling for me. That's really it, you know. Keep it up.
Have we seen him grab a single new beer, though?
Yeah, I've had like a couple. I'm just worried about keeping the chat entertained. I didn't want to drink too much, you know. So
Yeah.
Okay,
priorities.
So this is called Cluck or Yelp. You will be
It's called what?
provided a topic where you will all have to debate. There will be 3 topics, 2 of them which will be like YouTube stuff, right, Tom? Well, it's basically what Tom's gonna pick.
Yeah.
And then the third one is going to be film. But also, if anyone donates, they can nominate someone, and then I will have to spin the wheel. Can I spin? I'll have to spin the wheel. Whoever gets nominated, and they will have to do whatever it says here. So in this case, they will have to remain silent for 3 minutes. There's a silent for 5 minutes, a silent for 10 minutes. There's also a steel man switch to the other side of the argument until end of topic. There is dance. Your next point must be conveyed using interpretive dance. And the last one is you must use an Indian accent to make your next point.
Oh. I hope I get that one. I hope I get that one.
I've got the Indian card that I can hand out, so you don't worry about it. Okay,
You
so
don't even have an Indian accent though, dude. You're like faking it.
well, it's still I got cancelled by that Indian comedian. Said I sounded too much like a
Russell
Bruce.
Peters?
Dan Ninen.
No,
Internet of Jay.
Oh, Dan Ninen. Shout out to him, bro.
Internet of
The
Jay.
goat. The absolute goat.
Enter Jay, the comedian.
Yeah, that legend.
I miss that guy. Bring him back.
Dude, I miss him every day, bro.
My favorite Indian is Internet Ajay. I wish that guy was still around, bro.
We just were talking about him for.
Wavy, I already made that joke, Wavy. Why you gotta steal my shit?
They call him the Martin Luther King of Indians, supposedly.
It really was.
Hey, Martin Luther
Stealing
Blake.
my joke. Damn, Tom's looking yacked over here.
We gotta get big. We gotta get big.
Bro.
It's only for the show.
Whoa.
It's all special.
Bro,
effects.
Tom, are you actually going to the gym or are you just on test?
Yeah, I'm
He's gymming it hard.
I'm just on trend. I don't go to the gym. Yeah.
He's on that Liver King treatment.
If he was
Fucking
on
daily test shot.
if he was on trend and not going to the gym, his right arm would be like 3 times bigger.
Oh, that's facts.
Well, I only masturbate with my left.
Oh,
He's doing like high volume, high intensity masturbation exercise.
We're doing intense duty.
Riding the tricycle.
Yes.
Bro, that'll get you. That'll get you jacked.
What's the first topic for everyone?
The first topic for everyone to talk about is a trivia question. I have a trivia question. You cannot look this up. Okay. How many views to the million, not the 100,000, to the million, does the video Full Force about Airsoft Fatty by Idubs have?
8 million.
Can we just say it?
Like, it has like 20. It has like 23 million.
24 million.
Okay.
23.
Okay, who said 23? That was you, Wavy?
Yeah.
Who said what was your answer, Vince?
24.
I'm saying
You just look
18.
it up.
I'm
You
going
just look it up, Vince.
No.
15.
No, I'm looking into the camera. So you
Bro,
see
show
I'm
your
looking at it.
computer screen, dog. Show your computer screen right now.
Vince,
24 million.
you are correct. It has 24 million views.
That's insane.
Okay, I'll show it.
He changed the window, bro. I can.
No, look.
Man.
Here's
I
my
believe
thing.
you're clicking, bro.
Okay.
I was watching him the entire time last
This
time.
I'm looking right here, so you can
Bro.
see.
I got nothing to hide. They can see everything I'm doing through my. I got nothing to hide.
He's got nothing
Maybe
to
you
hide.
got glasses on. That looks.
I don't even.
Vince,
I'm not
Vince,
even near a computer.
Vince, I'm gonna give you this one, but from now on, when you answer questions, you have to look in the camera. In the camera, okay?
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
You gotta look in the camera. You can't look.
I'm
Nothing
looking in
but
the
cheaters. Nothing but cheaters, bro. We already. We're
I'm
one of.
not. I swear. Okay.
You're gonna be next.
I'm not.
Yo, this,
Here's
bro.
the top. Here's
This,
the top for
this, bro.
debate.
I'm handicapping this guy right now.
Okay, thanks.
We've already lost a handicap person.
All right,
Oh,
you got that
shit.
one.
Okay, so the
Oh.
topic is about Mitch Jones and Ms. Kiff.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
In the recent news,
The question is, basically, you guys all saw the video, I assume, of Miz beating the fuck out of Mitch Jones outside of his house. The question is, did Mitch deserve to be hit? Now I'm gonna show you guys.
Is this
first.
the debate?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys on screen share the video itself, so you guys can see that, and then you'll be able to decide what you think about it. So we're gonna watch it in full. It's only 5 minutes long, and then you guys can
What the
decide. And then we're gonna question chat on who they think did best in the debate. That's how it's gonna go. Okay.
Oh, sh-
So let me screen share real quick so you guys can see this.
I need to talk about something pretty serious. This situation has been fucking me for months, and I still have lasting issues from this situation, physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever. Career-wise, it's affecting my entire life. Mizkif physically assaulted me to the point that I was told I might have to have surgery on one of my arteries, and I had to still have a concussion. First, I'd like to start by showing the damage that was done to me.
Bro, I think he deserves it
so
just for sitting like that.
There's
That's
that.
crazy.
Yo, it looks like Cyrax here first. And I also have like swelling over here. And I don't know, I got fucked up. My brain hurts hella bad.
Alright, that is the damage that was done to me. Here's another video when I was getting a CT scan. I was at the hospital all day getting multiple scans.
As a doctor, getting my head checked, getting a CT scan. I have bruising from where Mizkif hit me. He definitely socked me here. Here's where I think I got knocked out. And he choked me. I have bruising everywhere on my face. Hopefully I don't have a concussion. Also, my tooth got fucked up. I'll get that fixed though.
Okay, so that was the damage done to me. Alright, so back to the story. I was at his house, we were arguing, and then I asked him for a ride home. I get in his car, we're still arguing, and that's when we drive past this part of the neighborhood where the camera caught the assault, and I have the evidence right here.
GTA.
So that was right before the assault. This is directly after the assault.
Slash! Again? Huh? You said you could take me 7 times. You listen to yourself, you're drunk and on cocaine. Now the drunk is like, you're treating like shit. You think you're gonna kill myself. And all you can say is fuck you. And all you do is say fuck you. You think you're treating like shit. You said, come on. You pulled me out of the car, you said let's go. You can't say let's go.
So I got knocked out cold, and a major issue with this is that he continued to beat on my face so badly that my tooth became dislodged, and then strangulated me to the point
Dislodged
where I
and
still have the scars on my
strangulated.
neck now, and I was so majorly concussed that I still have symptoms to this day. Yeah, I have
Concussed.
all the evidence right here. This happened on September 26, 2023. I have the doctor's note right here when I went to the hospital and got multiple CT scans. I have post-concussion syndrome, and I have sprain to my ligaments of my cervical spine. It's all right there in the paperwork. 2 days later, I tried to stream because at the time my stream was
That's really the video. That's really everything you didn't know. There's been no further information released about this to the general public. The only thing is Mitch basically made a statement on Twitter reiterating what he said here. That was really it. It's not really a big deal to read. There's no real further explanation there. So the question,
They had an argument.
They had
I'll
no,
go for it.
all we really know is they had an argument. Mitch seems to have been high or something in the middle of the day, and Miz beat the fuck out of him. Allegedly on cocaine. So the question is, who is in the right? Is Mitch Jones a victim, or do you think there's a possibility where Mizkif was justified in beating his ass?
I mean, Mitch is a victim in the sense that, I mean, legally probably is, you probably can't just beat a dude's ass just because he's fucking drunk and whatever. But I think in terms of a social setting, he's definitely deserves it because he's the one that said, let's go. According to Mizkif and according to the footage. You know, he's drunk, he's on cocaine, and it looks like it's 2 in the afternoon. I mean, this guy.
But I also think the biggest thing is that cut that's in the film. You don't see what happens before that. So you don't know if Mitch, maybe they were driving in the car and then he like grabbed, you know, Mizkif or whatever, and then Mizkif like, you know, because that's like a driving hazard at that point. And that's that's the one thing about that tape is you do not know what happened before. It's all you got to think that whole thing's edited to make him look like the victim, you know. But I do agree with you. I don't think it was.
I'm just gonna come out and go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
But if it
interrupt.
did happen, like you know, where it's like what Mitch is saying, if it did happen like that, then yeah, it is up on Mizkif's end. But you know, we just don't know. You know, I think the biggest thing is.
I think I know for a fact.
Fuck him though. Fuck him, dude. All of his friends.
tell you.
This guy. All of his friends tell him. All of his friends, whether it's Alinity or like these 2 other like gym bro dudes, are like all this guy does when he comes to parties is try to start. That's all this guy does.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if all of your friends are saying this and you're a piece of shit, guess what? Like, probably deserves to get his ass beat.
Yeah.
Legally, probably in the right, but in terms of like a social study,
I think if any of us got our asses beat, nobody would, none of our friends would come out and say how much of a piece of shit we were. I hope.
I just think from the way that tape is shown, it makes, Mitch, look like he was the victim. But I think if the full tape was shown, it would look like, Mizkif was actually the victim. It was Mitch in the car that obviously did something. I mean, you got to see the way he pulled up like that. I mean, he was going full force to a complete stop, and then you just see like a huge cut.
So, okay,
Hey, Wavy, I think your mic's cutting out, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you're talking to a Texan dude.
So, listen, as a regular recipient of domestic violence, okay, I'm gonna have the brave opinion of violence is bad. Not only that,
no justification
apart
from self-defense.
We are on the pacifist run in this fucking zone. So not just that though. Beyond that, I've seen. Look, Mizkif. Literally every single time I hear about this guy, it's like, oh, whatever. I was trying to fucking cover up my friends or whatever, whatever. Now, the next thing that I know him for is literally he pops up in my feed because apparently this guy's like a gym bro now. He's a total fucking he's been hitting the gym, whatever, and he's with these guys that look roided up. Bro, clearly the guy's on fucking testosterone, and he was just way too pissed off at his fucking drunk, high friends. Plus, Mitch Jones does coke, and that's cool. Mizkif is not.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? You converted me. I'm on his side now.
Yeah.
That was...
No, exactly. And think about it this way too, bro. The speed with which he stopped in that residential neighborhood, that means he was probably going like a good fucking 70 and a 40, bro.
Yeah, illegal.
Mizkif's fucking off the rails. Clearly, the guy's roid raging. Like he literally fucking hit his fucking
Bro,
friend.
you brought me around 180 degrees.
Yeah. The last time I remember even thinking about Mitch Jones, yeah, he's a snake, whatever, but like he does coke, so it's cool. That's all I can really say. But they were literally playing Super Mario 64 speed running for like 3 weeks straight. No joke. I would click onto these guys' streams and they would be speed running Super Mario 64 together for 3 weeks. I don't know how you could do that. It's so boring.
Well, it's because he was on cocaine, so it makes sense.
You were the one watching that for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, yeah.
That says a lot.
Anyone think Mitch Jones is during the assault allegations? If you remember that, do you think Mitch Jones's stance had an effect because he wasn't really defending Mizkif?
Mitch is the one that basically exposed Mizkif to essentially trying to hide that whole thing. Now, do I think that gives Mitch any more credibility? No, but it's because of the circumstances that he admits to in this situation. Like he admits he's all f***ed up, he's inebriated. That's in his Twitter statement. And the fact that people keep asking where's the full video and he doesn't put it out, he can be right in one situation where Mizkif is being a f***ing rat, and he could be wrong in another.
So
bro, you just converted me back.
Here's my argument though. He probably looked like the biggest bitch in the world when he got knocked the fuck out, and he did not want that publicly available on the internet. Okay, that is the main reason I could imagine. He's like, dude,
all right, can I be heard?
Yeah.
All right, look, let me get in here. Look, the reality of the situation is that Mizkif. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. See, the reality of the situation is Mizkif very well is likely going to get sued in some sort of civil lawsuit. The internet's going to blow up against Mitch for doing it. It's going to be bad optics. And as far as is he justified to beat the dude's ass? I mean, it depends. Like, motherfucker said allegedly he was on cocaine or whatever. I don't know if you're and drunk too. I don't know if you guys have ever been driving around.
Denied that. He never denied that.
Yeah,
that
okay.
That he wasn't on
and true.
Or
so I'm just trying to speak on Mizkif too here.
Inebriated in his tweet.
Yeah, and if you got, have you guys ever been? If you've ever, like touching grass, getting drunk with the homies, somebody gets a little bit too up. I've had situations where dude in the fucking passenger seat tries to grab the wheel, and I think somebody mentioned this earlier, bro. That justifies some force to get that bitch off that wheel.
Because it's not like this happened at night. This is like middle of the day. This guy's drunk and on coke. If you're like, that up at like 12 p.m. and you're doing shit like that, like, yeah, you deserve to get your ass beat. Like, I'm sure there was some shit that happened, and
I will say that the choking may have been a touch too far, but
I'm definitely not sitting here trying to like play an attorney for Mizkif because I think homeboy probably did go a little bit above and beyond.
Yeah. Like, choking another man is wild in any context.
I mean, it's more like weird because it's his friend, I think. You know what I mean? Like, this is more of like a domestic violence thing than it is like you know what I mean? Like unprovoked like fight.
It's a lover's quarrel.
Is Mizkif just driving his Lambo around in one hand on Mitch's neck, just choking the shit out of them and
I mean,
punching them?
if that is the case, that's pretty based.
I think basically the story is like they were driving, they stopped. It seems to be some situation where Mitch instigated it with him a little bit, and then they get out of the car. Miz in the clip, he says, "You pulled me out of the car and said, let's go." And then there's like a clip where I think Mitch is like, "I didn't expect you to punch me." So it seems like Mitch instigated some kind of fight, and then maybe Miz went a little overboard. Maybe.
I mean, if
How is Mitch ever going to defend himself when he admits he's inebriated now?
Has
if the boy wants to fight,
my question is why he was inebriated at like 11
about
a.m.
this?
No, Miz said nothing.
He said absolutely nothing.
You've never been inebriated at 11.
I mean, I have.
Can any of us say that?
I think what's gonna happen is Mizkif's gonna come out with like a full expose of like everything leading up to that week, everything that happened after. Because it's like if you're just seeing this little clip, there's got to be this whole story that's around it that no one knows about.
I mean, Mitch is definitely going to get his fucking ass entered in terms of like literally Mizkif's probably going to pull out all the times he's been a dickhead, which is probably many because obviously Mitch is like kind of known as being like a perpetual fucking dickhead friend. But in reality, like with the specific altercation, like I imagine Mitch Jones probably tries to get under his skin like a decent amount. Like he just seems like a little Weasley type guy who's his cokehead, which is cool.
Yeah.
So like I think that Mizkif should be. Yes, I think Mizkif should be like he probably should not have because it's sounding like you know Mitch might have been like talking some talk, but like Mizkif sounds like was the one who actually like brought it to the physical level. Yeah,
but you also got to think in that clip, you don't hear what happened before. You're just hearing the part where it's Mizkif saying, like you pulled me out of the car or whatever, like to make Mitch seem like the victim in that case. Like you don't know if it was like, Mizkif was like, you can choke me out when we were driving in the car, you little fucker, like, and that part was just spliced out. Like we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know if dude actually, we don't know if dude reached over and was touching Mizkif. And the thing is, the reason why people are upset and probably the folks that know Mitch in person, he's using this situation as some sort of clout grab, sympathy pity party when he should just be getting help. When he should just be getting help if he is having problems with coke addiction and if he's an alcoholic. I don't know that, but that's instead of trying to make money off of it or get a legal case.
If this actually happened to him,
uncool and doing coke, can't imagine.
Well, if this actually happened to him the way that he says, he would have gone to the police about it. But no, he goes to social media about it because he knows that's where he can get the clout, that's where he can get the sympathy.
Well, because he was high on coke, so he can't go to the cops because then he would get in trouble for being high on coke.
Well, there's probably a lot more to the story that would make him look good.
All right, guys.
I will say an ass beating has many times changed.
That's gonna bring us to the end of this debate. I appreciate all your input. You guys all,
Well,
I think you.
Wait, I just talked to God. Mizkif's guilty.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
So,
Okay. He's changing his answer last minute.
Goku talked to the Chinese god.
Deckard.
Is that the same guy that Mama Max goes to when he's asking for advice about files?
I think I saw him. Yeah.
Deckard, no, that's the Leviathans. Deckard, do you want to make a straw poll so we can poll the chat on how they feel?
Well, I was going to do another quick debate because I asked questions about Quentin Tarantino. Everyone says he's a genius, so
I think
I'll do.
I think just because we just finished the end of a debate, I think we should do the poll. While it's fresh in the viewer's mind.
No, I could have sucked off Tarantino for 2 minutes at least.
Yeah, I just watched Jackie Brown yesterday. It was a masterpiece.
That is a masterpiece. There you go, Tom. I've sent the straw poll over.
Does it have everybody?
Another straw poll. I still can't believe Trisha Paytas dated Quentin Tarantino. That like blows my mind.
You know about that? That doesn't surprise me at all.
Are massive.
When did
Like
that
early-
what was the time frame on that? Like 2010 or something?
Yeah, it was like
Bro.
2008, 2000, somewhere around then.
Bro,
I think
that
they
woman
dated
has
for, like, a
taken
couple
back
months.
shots from half of Hollywood, so it should not be that surprising.
Including Adam
that she hooked
22,
up with
I mean,
Quentin
that's
Tarantino. Including including fucking Bill Cosby, probably.
But I mean, Quentin Tarantino.
No, Robin, dude, she banged Robin Williams, according to her.
Chat, I just want to remind.
No, I swear she said that, bro. She said she banged Robin Williams.
I don't believe her though.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, her. Yo,
I
Tom.
banged her, honestly.
Yeah, true. Could
Okay,
I?
chat. I need to win this. Please
No,
vote for me. I got this
no.
dog
I just
surgery coming up, and I really gotta pay. Like,
Tom, I just wanted
I swear to I went to the vet yesterday, and they were like, the bill's gonna be $1,200 bucks.
What's up? What's up?
Vince, ain't nobody worried about your dog right now, bro.
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind chat that I spoke to God and Mizkif is guilty. Okay? You
Well,
I'm watching.
You spoke to God.
I just want to remind Chad that if you don't vote for me, I will be the Mizkif and you will be the Mitch.
Hold down the fort for me, boys. I have to piss.
Please make the lung damage worth it.
Was
Yo,
Mitch Jones a good friend to Rexful?
Okay, I don't know who any of those people.
They had disputes. He's a kind of a shady little. Probably not. Okay, he wasn't a good friend to Rekful. Rekful never beat him up though.
Do you wanna
get some
close the straw
context?
poll for the last debate? I think, Deckard.
What's that?
Forgot to vote.
Do you want to close the straw poll for the last debate?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I think it's clear. So the master debater is Wavy, followed by Goku.
Gotta be the hat, bro.
Oh,
then
really?
Willy Mac. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. What are you seeing?
Wait, I think I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on.
Dude, who's the masturbator, dude? It's Wavy.
Oh wow, yeah, Wavy actually won.
Did I win?
So
I'm with you guys. Shout out to the chat.
So does Wavy get points for this round?
Yeah, I get a lot of points.
No,
for it.
Wavy.
About 30
is
points.
Safe. The top three basically go to the next round. So
Okay.
we'll remember how well Wavy.
You're gonna remember the bottom two, you promise?
It'll be written in
Yeah,
history
it's
books.
down to Viz and Vince are the bottom two of
Okay.
this round. So
Oh!
So I think the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna have them debate. Dontavius and Vince, you guys are gonna debate, and I have a topic for you guys. This is gonna be a tough one. Debate on why iDubbbz is actually still cool. Both of you have to take this.
Good lord, man.
Easy debate.
Which side do I have to take?
You're both taking the same position. You have to argue the position.
Oh,
of the best.
whoever's more convincing.
Whoever's more convincing to convince Chad that iDubbbz is still cool.
I gotta give it to iDubbbz because he has brought back Sam Hyde more than any other creator in the past like 5 years. It was just this random guy that came in, made this documentary, and even though the whole thing turned against them, it made Sam Hyde, you know, what he's doing today with Fish Tank and all that. Like, I feel like a lot of Sam Hyde's relevance is all because of iDubbbz from that documentary. And in that end, I gotta give it. iDubbbz is pretty cool in that end.
Bro.
Even though he might be laughed at and all that.
That's disrespect to Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of the absolute bangers that iDubbbz has been putting out lately. Videos that have life-changing, okay? I have some opinions about strip
Like, I'll
malls.
be honest, I wouldn't really know about it
is that an actual
if it
video?
wasn't for iDubbbz.
Yo, Waffle System, Waffle House training video breakdown. This is genius, bro. This is absolutely brilliant. I turned a mango seed into something wonderful. Parentheses,
And he met up
mango
with
pet.
Tana Mongoose
Need I say
recently, and then
more?
Tana said the N-word. I mean, that was like a total funny reversal.
that was
relevance, you know? He's cool. He gets it.
down
you
to
know?
Viz, what do you agree or do you think Vince is missing something?
I think he's missing the plot, bro. Because here's the thing about iDubbbz. When a man reaches absolute rock bottom, the only way he can go is up. I think he's gonna turn it around. I think he's gonna become based, and he's
So you're
gonna
saying
switch the
not
narrative.
based right now because you're
No,
saying
I'm saying
will be.
You're saying he's not
on a
cool.
positive trajectory of based at this very moment.
You
which
said
is-
he was at rock bottom, so really there
He was, but
yeah,
right
so
now he's on a
he was.
positive
Yeah, that could be
trajectory.
it.
He was at rock bottom. Right now
Okay.
here's rock bottom. Okay, can you guys see?
Yeah.
Okay, here's rock bottom. So he's here right now. One day maybe he'll be
So
right here.
essentially he's like Bane climbing out of that dark hole.
Yes, exactly. He's climbing out of a dark hole, and personally, I am rooting for him, and I hope he makes more of these bangers. I should be able to
Climbing out
flush
of the
paper
Vince's dark
towels.
hole.
Amazing.
Vince, what do you think? Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I don't
That-
really think it's his recent videos that make him cool. I think it's what he's done that's made him cool, you know? Like, even making that whole, like, honestly, like, no joke, I probably wouldn't know anything about Sam Hyde if it wasn't for iDubbbz making that original documentary.
Also, he has
So I
CTE,
think in that
which
end,
I
that
think is pretty
makes him cool.
based.
He's making people relevant.
Sorry, Goku's just killing his assassin.
Yeah, what's up with
Okay,
that?
That's fine. He's good. He's good.
Okay, it's all good.
All right. With that being
Right.
said, I think we have our
Yeah.
arguments. So, Deckard, do you want to make a new straw poll? And it's
Oh,
voting.
I'm gonna lose this one.
It's voting.
Damn,
who-
Tom,
who
you've
they're
been
gonna
The
pick.
chat
bro.
fucking hates my ass.
Chat,
Why does the
chat,
chat
listen to me.
There you
got
go.
this damn dog surgery?
We're voting who we're gonna kick.
I'm gonna get.
What do you guys?
I'm gonna
vote?
give.
Just reality.
I'm
Not gonna
giving
lie, this is boring as
10,000
fuck.
pesos to anybody who votes for me.
That's like that's
Filipino
like
peso.
5 cents. It's like 20 cents.
Will Belle Delphine be your next girlfriend? We think she would be good with you.
Wait.
Things can get dark when you date e-celebs, okay? Things can get dark. Things can get very dark. Things can get dark. I want to watch this old Glink video about Twitch girls. Do a little reflection. Do a little reflection on the state of Twitch girls.
This used to be a goddamn community of gamers, nerds, kids that got bullied, kids that resorted to the gaming world.
Classic train wrecks. One of the most base speeches of all time, by the way. Have you guys seen this speech in full? I think I literally have it, oh no, this is a different old train speech I have bookmarked on my computer. This is classic. I watch this probably once a week, but this is a very, very, very base moment, okay? Glink, you know, Glink doesn't post as much as he used to these days, and some of the videos he posts are not exactly what I want to be watching some of the time, but, you know, sometimes he posts something that's fire, and back in the day, he was on a real tear. Didn't he get banned for this? Yes, Trainwrecks did get banned for this, unjustly.
Because the real world was too hard, too lonely, too sad and depressing. Now it's ran by the same that rejected us, the same that chose the goddamn cool kids over us, taking the money, taking the subs, the same way they did back in the day. That I am the goddamn reality check.
I am the goddamn reality check. I am the goddamn reality check. This guy was spitting.
Trainwrecks is a streamer on Twitch, and this was him expressing his frustration over what seems like an invasion of cam girls onto the popular live streaming site. This rant got so viral that a number of popular outlets reported on the situation and the drama surrounding it. Not long after making these comments, Trainwrecks was banned for 5 days off of Twitch. Incidentally,
didn't even do anything wrong. Hate speech, really, for young girls. And then obviously, as he points out here, there's this other girl. I've covered this before. This girl was literally pretending to masturbate for donations and got like a 1-day ban. And this is part of the problem with Twitch and why so many people have left over the years, because of just the ludicrous, inconsistent ban policy. Like, if you're gonna ban someone for being mean, you should definitely be banning someone for doing softcore on your website. Don't you think, Twitch? But obviously that's not the mentality they want to go for. And I'm not even totally aware of why Twitch has operated this way for so long. Part of me thinks that it's because they want to like appeal to PC culture and like the sort of LA, San Francisco progressive type people, because that's where they're from. Part of me thinks it's just like an internal policy they have that they've always been going strong with, where it's like, well, we gotta be nice to girls. One rumor I've heard a lot is that some of these girls are sleeping with Twitch staff. I don't know if that's the reality. That's an interesting conspiracy theory. Probably pretty unlikely, but it's definitely interesting.
People all over Twitter and social media, as well as the outlets that reported on the situation, were citing misogyny and harassment against women as the main issues.
Yeah, that's the main issue, definitely, dude. Misogyny and harassment against women. Genius take, The Verge.
Cam girls, also known as booby streamers, also known as titty streamers, also known as $5 for my Snapchat, have been a thing on Twitch for a while now, and it's an issue that has come and gone throughout the year.
Are any of these girls even around anymore? I have no idea who this girl even is.
However, with the introduction of the IRL,
I assume they just get replaced by, you know, the next onslaught, the next army of Twitch women who get famous, you know, wearing a low-cut shirt, basically. I've always had a hard time understanding. I mean, okay, I understand it now because I've like listened to people talk about it, but I've always had a hard time understanding why you would watch one of these streamers. Because if you want to like see tits, there's actual websites, right? There's actual websites you can go to just see girls getting. So why would you look at that? I come to understand that it's because there are guys who watch them to like be their virtual girlfriend, and they like have an emotional connection. And once again, like with the girl that I will be hiring for my stream to profit off of young men's misery, the whole point is the promise, the idea, the implication. It's not the actual, you know, thing itself. So really, I mean, this is part of my business model. These girls are going to make me rich.
IRL and creative sections, it's become a much more prevalent topic. It's incredibly common to see clips.
Didn't this girl, is this Pink Sparkles who dated Asmongold? I'm pretty sure. I think I recognize the bust.
Like this show up on Livestream Fail every now and then, with people calling into question why this is allowed to go on and why these streamers are not banned. Things were sort of coming to a head even before Trainwrecks got banned. These types of clips were becoming more and more common, at least to those paying attention. And it started to become a real issue for a lot of viewers who were starting to question the direction the site was taking. For the most part, Trainwrecks was just saying what everyone else was already thinking, but with one crucial error. He claimed that these girl streamers were stealing viewers from other streamers. And the White Knights across the internet came out in full force and jumped at this point.
I mean, stealing viewers from other streamers, I think that's kind of dumb, because if you're going to go to Twitch for titty content, like, you're just going to watch that. Like, it's a completely different market. Like, watching Ninja or Asmongold, who, like, Ninja you watch for Fortnite gameplay. Asmongold you watch for, I guess, whatever game he's playing League of Legends, World of Warcraft, stuff like that, or whatever, his commentary on various subjects. That's completely different from watching, you know, a booby streamer who says nothing and is just like, oh my god, do you guys want to see my penis? Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $5. Like, it's a completely different thing, obviously. I don't think they're stealing viewers necessarily. I think they're very different markets, you know.
Proclaiming that these sexualized girl streamers do not steal viewers from others. You had May cosplayer Jesse Cox writing an essay on how this was.
Seeing a lot of crap being posted about women streamers lately. A lot of we have to take back our Twitches for nerds, not just titty streamers and ruining the community, stealing views. Where do I even start? Secondly, don't shame women or anyone for that matter for streaming the way they want. Okay, you can shame them. That's epic. It's the entertainment business, and audiences enjoy different things. Don't hate someone's hustle. I mean, why not? Don't put your stigmas on others. Well, actually, this whole thing reeks of insecurity. If you think your audience is being stoned and you feel you aren't as big as you should be, it's not a woman's fault. Look in the mirror, figure out what works for you, deep dive those analytics, and worry about yourself. There's obviously more to say to this. I actually agree with the last part of that. That's actually true. I would never complain about the fact that I'm not getting views because some ASMR girl with big tits is getting views. Like, it's not the same thing, you know. Just make better content, truly.
Just not the case. First off, this is factually wrong. There is zero evidence to support a person who watches one streamer would instead watch you if their favorite didn't exist. Streaming is a personality-based business. While a search for a game might be the gateway, it's the personality of the streamer that keeps them. Oh yeah, it's
it's the personality.
Definitely
it's her personality. She's got a great personality. I mean, to her credit, she's got a lot of interesting commentary on these subjects.
Personality that keeps the viewers of
Jesus. Are those real?
Streams like this, or
what is going on?
This, watching and donating to the streamer.
Bro.
All personality.
Our trap's gay. Our trap's gay.
This is also a
similar
point that a streamer named Ninja made in a Twitter video.
If they're in a female streamer's stream because she's got big tits or she's gorgeous or whatever, they're there for that reason. So if she's
I would agree with that.
Not gonna come
Fake
to
messaging. I'd say this is a decent argument.
Who's playing, who sucks at a game or something. You know what I mean? Like,
now, these people aren't technically wrong, but they all are completely missing the point. Look, the problem isn't that these girl streamers are stealing viewers from others per se, but rather that by allowing these sexualized streams to continue, Twitch is changing the dynamic of their site.
I mean, I would agree it is changing the culture of the site. It's probably a bad idea to have sexual content on Twitch. I feel like they should be separate things, right? Like, if you want to be a cam girl site, have the cam girls on this site, on twitch.com/ or whatever, and then you can have the actual, normal streamers here. For advertising purposes, it doesn't even make sense to have them on the same thing because they're going to be advertising to completely different people, right? But at the same time, I mean, YouTube has wildly different content. YouTube also, though, is a lot wider in scope, a lot bigger in scope, so it kind of makes more sense, that'll be the case on YouTube versus Twitch, which is a much smaller site. And was initially created for like a gaming site purpose or whatever, and then it kind of evolved with time with IRL and just chatting and stuff like that. It's kind of silly to have them on the same site, it doesn't really make sense to me.
It's a site primarily focused on live streaming gameplay, and then it evolved into gameplay plus IRL and creative. And not so far down the road, it's going to turn into softcore chatterbait,
Twitcher bait,
if things continue the way they are. What I mean by this is that if Twitch does not have any hardline rules in place to prevent girl streamers, or guys, from selling sex, then that will be a big part of what users go to the site for, and it will become a part of the site's identity. In fact, both Ninja and Jesse Cox basically supported my point by saying that viewers of these sexualized girl streamers would never watch other streamers anyways.
they're not gonna come to Joe Schmo who's playing, who sucks at a game or something.
And that's exactly the problem. These types of streamers bring in a demographic that is completely different from what the rest of Twitch is
We need
getting.
an immigration moratorium on Twitch, okay? No more of the Coomers. We got to keep the Coomers out. We're gonna build a wall to keep the Coomers out, okay? It's disgusting, Some of them are good people, but, Cooming? Not on Twitch, all right? Not on Twitch. It's cruel, it's disgusting, it's horrible.
Now, that's not a problem per se. I mean, if you're fine with Twitch being a more sexualized site and catering to that audience, then it's not a problem for you. But it should at least be understandable that a lot of gamers do not want that to happen. Regarding Twitch's enforcement of the rules, this is something that has always been an issue. In fact, the direction the site goes and the type of platform it becomes is way more determined by the rules and their enforcement than by the streamers who take advantage of it.
The problem is TikTok now, there are so many videos that are just women stealthily flashing the camera to advertise their fans. Is that a thing that happens? I guess I wouldn't be surprised.
At the end of the day, these girls are doing what any other guy would do if they were in the same situation. Hustling for their business, even if that means sexualizing themselves for viewers.
Yeah.
So again, I don't blame the girls in all of this, per se. In Twitch's own terms of service, it states that, quote, inappropriate broadcaster behavior and attire, nudity, and conduct involving overtly
It's literally against the rules. I assume Twitch just doesn't want to be called sexist for banning these people, but it's against their code of conduct. You guys remember not that long ago, they like introduced a new rule, which is like, now you can have drawn nudity, and then all these furry artists started popping up on Twitch, and then all of them got banned like within a day because there was some problem with communication with Twitch. Do you guys remember that? That was an epic moment. I mean, on one hand, it's like, you know, those people were doing gross stuff, so I mean, they got banned. Major L there. L, big L. But at the same time, like, Twitch said it was okay, so you can't really retroactively just ban them.
Sexual behavior and or attire are...
That's what Morg Pie got famous because she, like, had her tits out and then had, like, a censor bar over it or something. Or no, it was like they were just out of frame, so she was, like, hovering below the camera with, like, this is the bottom of the frame. They're like, tee-hee-hee, and you can see them bouncing because you can't see their nipples. It's not technically nude or something.
Yet there is huge gray area as to what exactly constitutes overtly sexual behavior.
And I know so many people have a problem with this. Like, they
There's no way she actually talks like that, right? This is like a troll.
have such a huge problem with realizing that what I do is allowed on Twitch. It's like,
There's no way she actually has that voice and talks like that. This is fake. No woman actually talks like that. No person talks like that in real life. Is she white? Why is she talking like that?
can wear a low-cut shirt in the 21st century and use it to their advantage.
Pink Sparkles, a popular and
Bro, that picture is crazy.
controversial girl streamer,
She looks like a flower vase.
had a discussion with another streamer, Destiny, in which she basically admitted that in her discussions with Twitch staff, they told her that she was in a gray area with the rules, but she was allowed to be, which makes no sense and sounds totally unprofessional.
And they've even told me, like, I'm kind of in the gray area, I suppose. One time they actually told me that I'm not allowed to do squats for bits, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't really understand that because I'm allowed to do squats for subs.
She's talking more normal there. Like, she's talking like kind of a normal person. So what was up with that voice? Was she just like baiting for attention to talk like a stupid person?
Well, there you have it. We seem to have found the line. I guess it's not a gray area after all. You see, if you squat in a sexual way for bits, that's not allowed. Of course not. That's what they do on trashy
But
sites.
these girls are just like me. You guys literally pay me to take my shirt off. But I'm literally the same. I just realized I'm the same person as them. I'm the same person. I can't even be that mad. Like, I do the same exact... For $100 the other day, someone paid... I had to take my shirt off. Like, dude, I'm literally a cam girl.
It's like my free cams are chatterbait. But you can
Gene
squat
Sakai.
for subs. That's a lot more respectable and
Gene Sakai says
Beyond
no stealing.
streams, a lot of these cam girls also provide benefits to their viewers in other ways, if they are willing to pay, of course. These include things like Patreon and Snapchat, which for the right price can net you the types of lewd pictures and clips that Twitch won't allow. In fact, one streamer even sold her used panties before. It really is kind of a genius way to hustle money out of viewers. And while you may not like it, remember, the onus is kind of on Twitch to enforce the rules and prevent this if that's what they want. And if you're a donator to one of these streamers expecting to get that same...
This clip is so awesome. This clip is like one of my favorite clips of all time. I watched this with Vito. This is like 5 or 6 years old at this point, but this is like a legendary clip, dude. This guy's like one of her like admins or mods or something.
Kind of attention in real life, this
He goes
is
into the
most
high five.
likely how it will play out.
Yeah, you nailed it. Show banner.
Bruh. This guy, where's this guy now? Can I talk to him? Can you be my friend? I love this video. I'm a mod for you. Bruh. I would become such an incel if that happened to me.
Where I think a lot of people miss the mark on this is when they cite the harassment women face as a response to people being frustrated over the sexualization of the site. when in reality these two things are not mutually exclusive. Streamer Kelly Jean says, titty streamers...
Kelly Jean? Wait, I forgot about this girl. This girl, I forgot she was involved in this. This is like a Destiny orbiter now. I've talked to this girl before. She's like she's like Irish or something, or Scottish or English. She was in that clip on the Destiny stream when I like roasted Murkoff Perk or whatever. You guys remember that? You can hear her in the background. Yeah, this video.
What's the purpose of that comment? I'm trying to stop them from
That's Kelly Jean right there. I'm trying to stop them.
bullying you because
What purpose would
bullying you?
Be okay. There is a clear purpose. The clear purpose would be your mom.
All right.
This guy, man.
This is just
XQC did not like that at all. He thought I was so. He's right.
this is just real prime time grade A in Wagyu.
You got owned.
You're so awesome.
Yeah, your mom. Wow, no, you. Reverse Uno.
Your mom owns you, little bro. El Riz.
El Riz? Oh, dude, what the fuck is going? Like, what?
You have no
accent is
Riz.
this? You're definitely.
Gangnam Style, bro. You're
You really
Right.
sound right.
Wait till you see.
Just Cedo.
Yeah. Now you don't have anything to say, and so you're just gonna come over here and just say.
Dame tu cosita.
Yeah, I'm owned. I'm owned.
XQC don't know you, little bro.
Dude, that was epic. That was epic. That was like one of my greatest moments of my entire life. And here she is, all the way back then. Titty streamers causing harm to kids, 0. Evidence, global harassment of female streamers, consistent daily evidence. Which one was the problem again?
Causing harm to kids, 0 evidence. Global harassment of female streamers, consistent daily evidence. Which one was the problem again? Harassment is something every big streamer faces. It's not just exclusive to girl streamers, and it's certainly not just exclusive to more sexual streamers. Harassment is an issue, but depending on how you want the future of the site to be, cam girls and the sexualization of Twitch can also be an issue. Renee, a streamer on Twitch, says, if all the titty streamers were gone tomorrow, does anyone really think shitty people would stop degrading and insulting women? Well, probably not, but that has nothing to do with the core issue here, which is the selective enforcement of the
Spit your
rules
fire.
on Twitch's
Spit your
part
fire,
and
Blake.
the direction the site is going with these types of cam girl streams. Also, speaking of respecting women and not degrading them, if anything, cam girls who are only interested in selling sex lower the standards and make it harder for more reserved girls to make it by genuinely playing games and being themselves. There are plenty of girls who
She's just drawing. She's a nice girl.
are not trying to sell sex, aren't trying to milk their
She's just
viewers,
drawing her
and
little
aren't trying to
snake
skirt the rules
frog
of
thing.
Twitch. Yet, arguably, they are affected the most by these cam girl type.
I'm ashamed to say Twitch is a platform that supports lazy females selling their bodies for cash. You are teaching little girls to sell sex because that's what's popular. Make them wear t-shirts and pants, compete on the same playing field as men. Feminism is equality. Spread the word. Based.
And some of them have actually voiced their frustration in regards to the sexualization of Twitch. It's not at all an issue of misogyny or harassment. Although those things do go on, that is a separate issue from the sexualization of the site with the loosely enforced and very vague rules. And for the guys out there that are okay with this sexualization of the site, okay with these loosely enforced rules, and okay with the direction that the site is heading, all I have to say is, be careful what you wish for.
Based, dude. Okay. Pretty good video from Glink. Well, the reason why I bring this up is because this is like the history of the hot tub streamers, or I guess it wasn't even hot tub meta at this point, just titty streamers, right? But in the modern day, we are currently experiencing the same problems on Twitch, currently experiencing the same phenomena.
Twitch
and
is
Voice Critical has made a video about it to recap all of it and go over it, which, you know, Charlie usually has good takes, usually does decent research, so I'm curious to see what he has to say and what the new meta is. I've seen lots of screenshots. I saw this one picture of I'm pretty positive it was Mordpie, when she was playing a game, and then the other camera was on her, since she had a green screen to show Fortnite on her butt. That's what she was doing. This video is 6 years old. Yeah, this video was 6 years old. This video is 7 days old. So we're gonna compare it to the future, or to the present rather. Feels like every year we get a new update on this stuff. I think the first video on the Tom Dark channel is literally, or one of the first I think the first commentary video I made is about this similar subject. Let's see here. Yeah, this hot tub streamers rant, 20,000 views 2 years ago. And Amaranth commented on this video. Let's see here. May 19th, 2021. Yeah, dude.
Time to talk about tits. Girls who show skin.
Okay.
And the culture around them has
Go on,
long
buddy.
been a discussion on Twitch. The last time that it came to a peak was a few years ago, when the community was up in arms about the just chatting section being populated by girls who managed to get by exclusively by showing their cleavage to their audience, rather than having anything
They're talking about some of the same stuff Blink talks about here.
for their actions. Today, the same sort of discussion has been kicked Anna for the better part of this year and gotten no repercussions. And it's not like she even tried to hide the fact that her appeal comes down to her body. She's constantly promoting her OnlyFans,
True.
etc. And despite the
I do
fact
sound a
that a
little
lot of
older, yeah.
streamers
I
point
wasn't.
out
I mean,
these
I
weird
was. I guess 18 when I made this.
And selective enforcement, nothing has been done. Or at least that was the case until the last few days. On May 18th, Amaranth tweeted out, "Yesterday I was informed that Twitch has indefinitely suspended advertising on my channel. Twitch did not reach out in any way whatsoever. I had to initiate the conversation after noticing. Without any prior warning, all the ad revenue disappeared from the channel analytics. This is an alarming precedent and serves as a stark warning that although content may not ostensibly break community guidelines or terms of service, Twitch has
Ostensibly, that's a big word. She's a genius. Dude.
complete discretion to target individual channels and partially or wholly demonetize them for content that is deemed not advertiser friendly, something that there is no communicated guideline for. This leaves open-ended the question of where the line is drawn. Many people complain about TOS being unclear, but at least there's something to go by. There is no known policy for what results in a streamer being put on a blacklist. As for the reaction to Amaranth saying this, some people have said that Twitch removing ads without telling her sets a bad precedent. They say that she didn't explicitly break any rules, which I would disagree with, while others have said that she had this coming and got what she deserved by making this kind of content. On a side note, streamer Destiny said that this could have been a breach of contract by Twitch.
I'm like
I was quoting Destiny even back then. That's crazy.
95% sure it was.
I don't think I'd ever even spoken to him at this point.
Of my contract, because I read through it a few times. I did.
And the Destiny documentary is literally coming out tomorrow. Crazy.
Fighting over things.
Crazy.
And I'm supposed to have time to remedy breaches. It's like a 30-day remedy period, or they have to inform you if they're cutting off the contract. Like it has to be like a written statement for what.
Was he even in Miami at this point? This is like a different place.
Why? They can't just say he broke it. It's strange they didn't say anything. But also,
I think he was living in
also
LA.
for
That's
Alinity
crazy.
stuff too.
Damaging for Twitch's ad revenue. However, if they allow it, they allow
The
it.
weirdest thing about Amaranth to me has always been that she looks like a model, and then her voice sounds like the president of the yearbook club in high school. That's always been the thing that's thrown me off about her.
Leading many to basically say good riddance. So what is the take here? What do I have to say? This is a rant after all, right? I'm of the opinion that Twitch should allow this content on their site, as should most sites. I call myself a free speech enthusiast, and
Whoa.
believe it or not, I think that girls in bathing suits should probably fall under that umbrella and be allowed. Provocative.
However, I would also say, I'm about to say something to the effect of like, they shouldn't ban male streamers who make fun of them. Everybody should be allowed. That's probably what I'm going to say.
Content exists everywhere, especially online. There's really no way to enforce it accurately. Due to the presence of innuendos and frequent abuse of loopholes, nuance, there are so many hypotheticals I can think of for something that could be considered sexual or couldn't. I think it's an extremely hard policy to enforce, and as a result, I don't think that Twitch should really
Probably
try
true.
to enforce it at all. Because once they do, they start having double standards and people get upset at them. I think most websites like Twitch should have a hands-off approach to this. For Amaranth, she will probably be fine because, she's a huge streamer.
Damn. All right, well, what does Critical have to say about this? Like in your own video? Do I like all of my own videos? Every single one of my videos that I post, I give a like. I don't like my own tweets, but I probably should start doing that because I have the best Twitter account on Twitter. You're just not going to get content like mine, okay? You're not.
Now, I know for a lot of people, Twitch is mainly like a gaming platform, but it's gone through so many different changes that it's more than that now. There's huge events that are hosted there, really high-quality productions, IRL streams. A lot of different content is on Twitch these days. And when you think of Twitch now, the first thing you think of isn't always going to be gaming. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I want to drag you kicking and screaming into the future because a pioneer has just arisen to really showcase the power of technology. Behold, true gaming in its purest.
Bro. What the hell?
Form. This is what streaming is all
That
about.
can't be comfortable.
Now, the censoring on her butthole was done by me. I felt I had to just to make sure that this video would be safe to be uploaded. But make no mistake, while live, it was not censored at all. This was the director's cut.
You could see her butthole? Is she banned?
Full-blown poop shoot.
She should definitely be banned for that, right?
Action. Barely covered by like the tiniest string of fabric. So last night while I was streaming, chat was telling me that I should check out her stream because they wanted my opinion on if it was breaking Twitch terms of service, like I'm some kind of hall monitor for Twitch. And it just piqued my curiosity, so I checked it out. Her name is Strawberry Tabby, and she was one of the most popular streamers last night while I was on. She was playing Valorant at the time, but she had been live for 5 hours streaming. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that this was the setup. So there's the torso cam for like the titties, like so it's mainly like honkers and a very tight bikini, and then a totally separate camera just for butthole, a pure cam, and then like a very tiny box for gameplay. Now, when I was made aware of this, I was joking about it, and at some point during the stream, she went on like a phone call for a brief moment, and then came back with a changed. So it seems like she must have got a call from someone at Twitch letting her know that her previous garments weren't acceptable. So she changed into this, yet kept everything else exactly the same. And you could.
Why do you want to see her butthole? That's my question. Isn't it like poopy or something? Like why do you, it's like the butt? It's the butthole. The fascination with buttholes has always been like, and anal has been strange to me. Like, dude, are you Mr. Poopcock? I'm Mr. Poopcock. You shouldn't be fascinated with that. I am Mr. Poopcock.
You can still, of course, see like butthole, anus folds, and everything. Like it's still like you can still see all of it, but there's a little bit more covering towards the crack, like the ass crack top of it. And I couldn't help but just laugh. For a while now, there's been this arms race on Twitch with sexual content where creators have found that it makes a lot of money to do sexual content on Twitch and it builds a huge audience, so they're constantly trying to push boundaries for what Twitch will allow, and Twitch just doesn't crack down hard on it themselves. Like, the most you'll ever see a creator get banned for these type of streams is like 3 days.
They actually pretend to be straight. Yeah, you know, some would argue that butt stuff is a gateway to sexuality, and I think there may be some truth to that in certain circumstances, certainly.
Creator who fully goateed herself on stream and she got a 3-day ban. There was another streamer who just fully had sex on stream and only got a 3-day ban. So there's no real risk associated with trying this, and you stand to gain a lot of money from it. So it's not like I'm even mad at her or anything. It's really a don't hate the player, hate the game situation, because Twitch doesn't really do much about it, thus it must be okay with their policies. But anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the clips from last night where I was going through this in real time, and just to give you an update on where things are at this morning, she received a ban, which I'm not taking responsibility for. It's not my fault. You can't blame me, Coomers. I know there's a lot of angry gooners that think I was the reason she got banned, but I am innocent in this. I, like all of you, was just watching the content, and that was it. I didn't report her or anything.
Okay, I think we probably got the gist of that, but yeah, Twitch is certainly in an interesting position with that kind of content. Curious what the future is, but you know, I just wish they had consistent enforcement of bans. There's multiple streamers who are permabanned right now that definitely shouldn't be, and they technically didn't even break any specific policy. Meanwhile, these girls are allowed to run rampant and just make millions and millions of dollars off of breaking the rules. And it actually benefits them to break the rules, like you said, because what will happen is, like, you go on Twitch, you do something saucy, you get banned for a day, you come back, and then there's even more people. It tends to be the
even more people.
There, right? It tends to be the
I hate people
type thing going on. So yeah, I would definitely say that Twitch has a little bit of a problem there, which is why a lot of people are leaving, just because of the inconsistent ban policy. Twitch ultimately is part of the past, in my opinion. Part of the past. And be sure to become a member for $5 a month. They get the members exclusive videos that only members get. Thanks so much for your support. An hour? That's a lot. Oh my god. I thought this was over.
Will Belle Delphine be your next girlfriend? We think she.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Those remarks are from Ronald Reagan's 1980 inaugural address and are the basis for tonight's debate, which is a production of Sika. Funding for this special debate is provided by Hillsdale College.
No, no DMCA, no DMCA, no DMCA, no DMCA, no DMCA. Scoop. Booty.
Good
Cutie
evening.
booty.
From Hillsdale College in Hillsdale, Michigan. Welcome to a live all-star firing line debate.
Oh,
Ronald Reagan spoke
booty.
the words
Why
that
you always
frame our
gotta be
debate
on
10
that
years
side?
ago. Government is not the solution to our problem, he said. Government is the problem. History does not record which government-paid speechwriter actually wrote those immortal lines. But William F. Buckley's private sector firing line staff has efficiently edited them down to the following proposition. Resolved, government is not the solution, it is the problem. I'm the moderator tonight. My name is Mike Kinsley of the New Republic magazine. It's fitting that we hold this debate at Hillsdale College, which prides itself on accepting no government support and bending to no government regulation. I'm sure we all feel duly ashamed at having arrived here on a government-financed interstate highway and at broadcasting this debate on the government-subsidized public broadcasting system. Thank you. In the spirit of Hillsdale, there has, of course, been no affirmative action to assure an ideologically balanced live audience tonight. But I'm sure that at least at the beginning, we'll want to give an equally warm welcome to all our debaters. So let's bring them on right now.
Button.
We promised you stars tonight, and for once at least, that description would meet the most stringent Federal Trade Commission standards. Joining the regulars on the conservative team is Moses the lawgiver himself, Charlton Heston. It's ironic to... I think we better restrain our enthusiasm till the end here. It's ironic to find Mr. Heston on the anti-government side this evening, since in his most famous acting role, he delivered the first and most burdensome set of burdensome government regulations ever issued, the Ten Commandments. Even Hillsdale College is not trying to get those repealed. At least I think so. Mr. Heston has been politically active all his life, formerly in the civil rights movement, more recently making ads for the National Rifle Association, among other things. Like Ronald Reagan, he served as president of the Screen Actors Guild. Joining the Liberal team tonight is another former president of the Screen Actors Guild, Dennis Weaver. Mr. Weaver is best known for his role as Chester in the TV series Gunsmoke and as the crime fighter McCloud in the TV series of that name. Sam McCloud is played by Mr. Weaver, recently reappeared on TV in a TV movie as a U.S. senator elected on an environmental platform. That tells you where Mr. Weaver's head is at these days. Even as an environmental activist, however, Mr. Weaver does not think government should do it all. He is currently building a solar house in Colorado out of used automobile tires and aluminum cans, all products of the private sector. Now,
Button. Meow meow. Meow meow.
The captain of the affirmative team is also the supreme commander of this whole enterprise, William F. Buckley Jr., founder and editor of National Review, founder and star of Firing Line. Although opposed to big government, Mr. Buckley is not opposed to using his own authoritarian powers in these debates.
What, booty?
Make sure that his team is labeled affirmative and always gets to go first. Tonight, as is often the case, this trick is achieved by strategic use of the word not. Resolved, government is not the solution. It's sort of the yes, we have no bananas approach to defining a debate. Captain of the opposing negative team is former Senator and Democratic presidential nominee George McGovern. This is also odd when you think about it, since Mr. McGovern rose to fame as an opponent of a big government initiative known as the Vietnam War. More recently, Mr. McGovern has joined the private sector himself. He owns and runs a hotel in Connecticut. Its slogan, I understand, is "Come home, America, but stop here on your way." If small businessman McGovern has any war stories about the burdens of taxes and regulations on the small business he runs, I don't think we're going to hear them tonight. Jean Kirkpatrick returns to the conservative team tonight. After 4 controversial years as our ambassador to the United Nations, she now scrapes together a living in the private sector as a professor at Georgetown University, senior fellow of the American Enterprise Institute, syndicated columnist, speechwriter, and writer of books. As the famous intellectual promoter of the distinction between totalitarian and authoritarian regimes, she would surely acknowledge that some governments are less of a problem than others. At least I hope so. Representative Pat Schroeder of Colorado, a regular on the Liberal team, is now the senior woman in Congress. She serves prominently on the House Armed Services and Judiciary Committees. Ms. Schroeder describes herself as a, quote, fiscally conservative liberal. Now, the audience here at Hillsdale is probably thinking, that is like calling yourself a religiously atheistic Catholic. Or a steak-loving vegetarian. Yeah. But few would dare to call Pat Schroeder an oxymoron, at least to her face. Yeah. Now for a disappointment. Newt Gingrich, the House Republican whip, will not be here as advertised. Fittingly enough, Mr. Gingrich is being held prisoner at Andrews Air Force Base, along with other congressional White House officials, at the so-called Budget Summit. But Newt has not been silent these days. While lesser mortals argue about tax increases versus spending cuts, Mr. Gingrich has been fairly calling for a tax cut. He represents that brand of conservative that is not against big government, just against paying for it. Sort of a fiscally liberal conservative. In Mr. Gingrich's stead, though, we have a certified budget cutter, Representative Dick Armey of Texas. Mr. Armey is a professional economist, and he led the successful effort in the last Congress to close obsolete military bases. Since then, he has launched a crusade against government farm subsidies, a cause that will make him plenty of enemies, even in the rolling conservative hills of Hillsdale. Finally, rounding out the Liberal team is former Senator and Democratic presidential candidate Gary Hart. Mr. Hart made his reputation in the Senate as a military reformer before making his reputation on the campaign trail as a, well, there were many descriptions, but fiscally conservative liberal was not one of them. Mr. Hart is now an international lawyer, and he's writing a book about the new Soviet revolution. So that's the lineup. Mr. Buckley, please come to the podium and propose the resolution.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I and my colleagues are happy to be here, even though the task you set before us is embarrassingly easy to undertake. Matter of fact, Mr. Chairman, I should like to propose a tribute to our opponents here tonight, to Congressperson Schroeder, and to Senator Parham, McGovern, and to Mr. Weaver for their courage. Anyone willing to stand up in public and aver that the government is the solution, not the problem, deserves a first prize for raw physical courage. So, if you promise not to deduct it from my 3 minutes, can we have just a little round of applause? If we train our faculties on the problem, Mr. Chairman, enlisting the faculty of Hillsdale College to assist us, I am certain that we can find something that the government has done that is useful and productive. One thinks, for instance, of the Bureau of Weights and Measures, which, as far as I know, has done nothing in my lifetime or even in the 150-year history of this college to shrink or enlarge the foot, exaggerate the dimension of an inch, or corrupt the cubic content of a quart. Yes, and now again the government put a traitor in jail, which was good work, but then why were we afraid of traitors except that they could deliver us into the hands of a hostile company? As I say, we are, on my side, moderates, not anarchists. Someone asked the great British economist Alfred Marshall whether he didn't agree that the Liberal government in Great Britain had got some things right. And we all know that he answered that even a stopped clock is right twice a day. No. So perhaps we can accept that as a metaphorical challenge to every measure accomplished by the government that this House approves of. We will undertake to question its handling. 12 to 1 we accept that. The current issue of Time magazine bemoans the pace of New York City, whose deterioration only yesterday in the New York Times was likened to, quote, the sinking feeling that accompanies that moment in a boat when you find water in your food. There are bad people around, as Adam discovered in the Garden of Eden. Were you there when they crucified our Lord? What is it that gives bad people that special leverage to, well, to cause great wars? 9 million people were killed in the First World War, 15 in the Second World War. To do what? To arrest the consolidated power of madmen in charge of the government. If Hitler hadn't had 400 divisions, he'd have been a routine anti-Semite like Gerald L. K. Smith, as much of a menace as the Ku Klux Klan, which we can cope with without the use of the atom bomb. We suffer a huge loss from the savings of loan prices. Why? Because the government guaranteed $100,000 savings accounts without any binding reference.
Bro, you need to attack a little more, Home Slice.
Children of New York City graduate in higher and higher percentages into illiteracy because the New York schools are non-governmental? No, the private schools are sending their graduates to college. Do you know why everyone in New York who can do so communicates via messenger or Federal Express or fax? Because messengers and Federal fax machines are not government enterprises like the post office. We borrow the topic here tonight at Hillsdale, which, by the way, admitted women and graduated blacks about 100 years before the government got around to making any laws on the subject from Ronald Reagan. It was he who said that the government is more nearly the problem than the solution, is my last sentence, so don't waste your energy. That statement is so straightforwardly correct, it embarrasses us that you have the burden of contradicting it. But put on your makeup and your masks and jingle your bells and act the role of the wonderful fools celebrated in Shakespeare's courts, and we will honor your theatrical talents to disguise your real feelings. We are we not, Gene, in understanding love? You can take photographs.
Mr. McGovern, step up to the podium and oppose the motion, please. For the audience here at Hillsdale.
On behalf of my colleagues, I want to express our appreciation to President Rhodes and Hillsdale College, and also to Bill Buckley for arranging this debate. I think at the outset, I have a confession to make. I'm a teacher by profession. I've now had some 1 dozen or more joint appearances with Bill Buckley, and I think it's quite clear I haven't been able to teach him a thing. Government is not the solution, it is the problem, is one of those propositions that cries out for definition. I assume that Mr. Buckley and Company do not want to abolish the government entirely. This is a matter of degrees. If they do, who's going to provide for the defense of the country? The Pentagon does make some mistakes. It does waste some money, as all know, but we do have to have an Army, a Navy, an Air Force, and the Marines. And so we assume that our opponents, with the possible exception of Mr. Heston, don't want to depend entirely on the National Rifle Association for the defense of the country. I suspect that when Buckley and Company say government is the problem, they would like to limit that to the economy. They want a free market as they define it, no government regulation, no Social Security, no minimum wage, and no taxes. In short, they want a Reagan-type government that generally serves the rich, ignores the poor, and lets the middle class pay for it. Those who attack government really want no regulation of such things as the savings and loan industry. And as a consequence, that industry allowed to run wild with no congressional oversight and no federal regulation has left us a $500 billion bill to pay, about $2,000 for every man, woman, and child in the country. Nor do they want any regulation to protect us from the pollution of the air that sustains life, the water that we drink, the land that we live on. Now, obviously, government is far from a perfect institution, but the answer is not to weaken it, but to give it more careful citizen attention and better qualified people. This debate proposition reminds me of Groucho Marx's observation that marriage is the chief cause of divorce. The answer is not to abolish marriage, but to strive for better marriages, and so it is with government. Government has caused some problems, no question about that, and I've spoken out against some of those problems, but it has also come up with some inspired solutions under the leadership of such Americans as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt. And we can do it again if you will listen tonight to McGovern, Schroeder, Hart, and Weaver instead of Buckley, Heston, Army, and Kirkpatrick.
Mr. Heston, please take the podium and make a statement.
Point of order before we start the clock. I'm distressed that my captain would imply that actors do not say what they mean. I promise you, I mean what I say here. It's seldom that liberty of any kind is lost all at once. David Hume, the great Scottish philosopher, said that. I'm a Scot myself. He was bloody right. For more than half a century, the shining republic created by the blood of the Continental Army and a few great men has been nearly nibbled to death by the Democratic ducks in the Congress and a warmly cooperative Supreme Court. There's now no aspect of American life, public or private, that the federal government does not invade, instruct, and finally coerce to its will. Farm and factory, home and school, university and research center, club and playground, all are overlaid with a spidery network of laws, guidelines, restrictions, and draconian penalties that stifle the spirit, the energy, the creative capacity of what was once the freest nation on earth. In this hemisphere, now that Ortega and Noriega have fallen, the collectivist sentiments discredited around the world thrive best, I fear, in Cuba and Washington, D.C. Of course, government is the problem. Thank you. Of course, government is the problem. The armies of bureaucrats proliferating like gerbils, scurrying like lemmings in pursuit of the ever-expanding federal agenda testify to that amply. Tom Jefferson, the only genius we ever had, said that government is best which governs least. I'm amazed you Democrats are still comfortable with Mr. Jefferson as your designated logo.
Booty. Do you want to be free? Okay.
It's the time for the negative team to ask questions of Mr. Heston. And let's just remind everybody at the beginning, both teams, questions, like on Jeopardy, the question has to be in the form of a question. Who has a question? Ms. Schroeder.
I certainly hope that you're also going to stand strong with us and keep the federal government out of bedrooms. I know many of the people that are on your side also would like to get people into the private lives of folks. And I've always found it really amazing in that your side very often trusts corporations and fat cats to do anything, and they want them deregulated, but they want to regulate the private lives of people. I hope you clearly are against that also.
Well, as the fellow that took down the original dictation on the Ten Commandments, I'm naturally opposed to adultery.
Would you have adultery police?
I'm sorry?
Would you have federal adultery police?
No.
Someone else? Senator McGovern.
Mr. Reston, I made reference to the savings and loan crisis. This is probably the most embarrassing and expensive financial scandal, at least in the 200-year history of the country. Some people think that a major contributor to that was the breakdown of government regulation. We actually weakened the regulatory agencies, and there was a kind of an atmosphere in the country to let people do what they wanted to in the private sector. What's your assessment of how well that theory has worked in the savings and loan industry, where everybody was more or less allowed to run wild without any kind of government supervision.
I think certainly there was grievous dereliction of duty there on the part of the government, specifically in the Congress. We lost the Speaker of the House, Jim Wright. We are about to lose the senior senator from California, Alan Cranston, because of their involvements. There were certainly congressmen and senators in both parties that were involved in this, but I don't think the handling of the problem speaks well for the function of government.
Wasn't it essentially the breakdown of, as I understand your view here tonight, you would tend wherever possible to eliminate government supervision and government regulation? Obviously, we had a lot of scandalous behavior on the part of both the Congress and the executive branch. But is your argument that things would have been better in the savings and loan industry if we had had less government regulation and less government supervision?
Certainly would have been better if a little cadre in the Congress had not, in kind of a quiet meeting in the cloakroom, said, well, look, let's guarantee loans up to $100,000. That was a little careless.
Dennis Weaver, do you have a question?
No, I just wanted, Chuck, you said, you don't mind if I call you Chuck, do you?
No, Dennis.
You said that
You called me Chuck
government
in the Screen Actors Guild.
is not the solution, it's the problem. I just wonder what you would consider to be the solution in situations like the problems that we have in our inner cities, where our young people there are unemployed at a horrendous rate of like 50%, and that we have so much crime going on there because there's really no incentive for these young people. I just wonder what your solution would be.
I think you have to consider very carefully what kind of regulations must be put in place. I think there's an instinct in the Congress to pass a law, any law, and see if it flies or not. We're both Californians, or now we're Californians. As you know, we're considering a Proposition 128, which is a massive environmental control bill. Now, you can't be against controlling the environment, clean air, all that. That's like being against apple pie. But they're just starting to figure out that that bill, if passed as currently worded in this fall's election, is going to cost California taxpayers $4 billion.
Do you realize what it would cost them if it isn't passed? You know, their life supports.
Well, I think that's an example of excessive government activity without gains.
Gary Hart.
Mr. Heston, I'd like to provide 3 or 4 examples of government services and see which ones you think the government should not do. Cleaning up toxic waste dumps, protecting workers' safety on the job, delivering Social Security checks to elderly people, regulating airline services, or providing poor children the opportunity for advancement through a Head Start program.
I think a good case is the minority children who are getting insufficient housing, insufficient education. I think the government is going at it the wrong way. I think what we have to do is improve the schools, provide employment opportunities, not provide affirmative action programs that amount to mandated quotas in jobs, educational opportunities, things of that kind.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mr. Heston. Yeah. Dennis Weaver, it's time for your opening statement, please.
This is my baptism under fire, if you will, because I've never done one of these before, and so please be kind. I think it was James Madison that said, if men were angels, no government would be necessary. And since I fail to see any sets of wings in the audience or on the panelists, I really feel that government of some form is absolutely essential. I suppose we're talking about here the government of the United States, where we have a one-person, a one-vote democratic system where we have the power as the voters and the people to direct our elected representatives so that we can shape our own destiny and our own future. And if the government isn't working as we feel that it should, we have the power to change that. In other words, we have freedom. Free to say what we want, free to write what we want, free to follow the religion of our own conscience, and free to hang out with whoever we want to hang out with. Now, that's the first responsibility of government, to secure those rights and to secure our freedom and our safety. It says in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal, that we are endowed with certain unalienable rights, and among those rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure those rights, governments are instituted. Governments are instituted. I think I hear the gavel. Does that mean stop?
Stop, but don't move. Does anyone have a question for Mr. Weaver? Mrs. Kirkpatrick.
Mr. Weaver, you cited Madison, who said that if men were angels, no governments would be necessary.
That's right.
He went on to say that what is government except the greatest reflection of all on human nature?
The greatest what?
Reflection of all on human nature. This was a warning, wasn't it, of Madison to us about governments. Governments he treated really as a kind of necessary evil. And he also said, and he also said that governments must be constructed so that they may govern and also forced to govern themselves. Would you say, Mr. Weaver, that the Congress of the United States has, for example, in conjunction with the Executive Department, demonstrated a capacity to govern itself with regard to the expenditure of American tax monies?
Well, listen, if you're asking me to validate everything that the government does, you're talking to the wrong person, because I don't validate everything that the government does. But you've got to look at it on balance. Is there more good coming out of the fact that we have a government that is responsible to the people, or is it better that we have no government whatsoever? I say that it's better that we have government, but if there is a problem, if there is a problem, the problem lies in those that are governed, because they do not accept the responsibility of a free people in a free society. Now, if those people do not accept that responsibility, I say that the freedom that they enjoy will be taken away from them.
Mr. Army, do you have a question?
Thank you. Mr. Weaver, I understand that you're very deeply concerned with the environment. I wonder the extent to which you have examined the impact of our current agricultural policies on the environment. I'm particularly concerned myself about the select few crops that do receive general government subsidies and result in tendencies to monoculture of cropping that in turn rely on large doses of chemical fertilizers. And I wonder if you wouldn't agree that this is a perfect example of the government interceding in the affairs of the economy unnecessarily and counterproductively to our nation's posterity.
Oh yes, I would agree with you totally that we should do everything that we can not to allow our topsoil to be poisoned, which gives us our nutritious food so that we can survive. Absolutely, and in certain cases the government oversteps its bounds. But I say to you that government, although it does do those things from time to time, you can't.
I suppose it doesn't at that, Tatsugoro.
Water is dirty, so let's throw out the baby with the bathwater. You can't just say because an engine isn't working properly that we've got to throw out the concept. Maybe the spark plugs need changing, or maybe the oil needs changing.
Mr. Buckley?
Mr. Weaver, I have a feeling that when you mentioned the term Social Security...
Did I mention that? I don't think I mentioned Social Security.
Oh, then you want to repudiate what Mr. McGovern said about it?
What did he say?
He's for it.
Well, he said that the government gave the Social Security, and under the circumstances, we should be grateful to government. But do you think that Social Security is untouchable?
What you mean by that? What do you mean untouchable? What do you mean by that?
Well, what do you mean by untouchable? I don't know.
I mean that is sacrosanct, that it can't be changed or altered in any way. There is nothing on this world that fits that category. Everything is up for change. As a matter of fact, you can't stop
wait a
it.
minute. There are lots of things like that. I wouldn't want to rewrite the Moonlight Sonata, would you?
What?
What I'm asking is, I've heard people use the term Social Security as though as though it was the summum bonum. Now, my colleagues here are in favor of Social Security, which does mean we're in favor of the Social Security program. It's been changed 13 times, i.e., it's been raised from 0.5% to about 13.5%. Is there any reason to suppose that private agencies might not have undertaken this job better?
For the private agency?
Yeah,
Social
insurance
Security?
companies.
They never did.
No, I say is there any reason to suppose that it couldn't have? It's like saying that
I'm here to say
private
that
mail
anything
has never taken over. The answer is it's not permitted to attempt it.
I'm saying that anything is possible, but if you look back in history, no private industry or entity ever tried to take that on because primarily they were motivated by greed.
Of course, that's not true. That's not true because pension programs existed 100 years before Social Security was even thought of.
One quick last
You-
word. Yep. Why don't we end it right there? Thanks very much. Mr. Arby and Ms. Schroeder, would the two members of Congress please ascend the podium? And Mr. Arby, you go first with the brief opening remarks.
Thank you. Let me begin by saying that minimal, rational, sane, compliant government with the wishes of the people, such as outlined by the 18th century liberals, is not a part of the problem. It is the solution. But excessive interventionism in the affairs and lives of individual American citizens by government as defined by 20th century liberals is the problem. And let me give you just 3 examples based on 3 items of our provisioning of our families that are critical. In food, we have agricultural policies where we pay farmers not to farm. The USDA raises artificially the price of foodstuffs while it takes over 60 million acres of agricultural product out of production, which have been replaced, of course, by foreign agricultural resources. And the upshot have been we've increased the price to American consumers, decreased the incomes of American farmers, decreased the numbers of American farmers, and exported our farmers. In shelter, in housing, we have literally rebuilt the slums of the 1960s with the United States government as the absentee slum landlord, and housing conditions have gone from bad to extremely worse. And now in clothing for our children, just this time of the year as we set forth to buying our youngsters school children, those people who would champion big government in your lives are bringing forth another textile quota bill that would increase the cost of your children's clothing to protect a special interest group from those foreign countries.
Thank you. Ms. Schroeder.
Thank you very much, Michael, and thank you all for being here. I guess my premise is strikingly similar to yours, Dick, if I may call you that, and that is the government, I don't think is the problem. I think it's abuse of government that's been the problem. Unethical government has been the problem. When I think about it, throughout the years, the government's done many things we're very proud of. They've developed the polio and measles vaccine, sent people to the moon, developed sonar, radar, nuclear energy. And at this very moment, I think every one of us in this room has to reflect upon the fact that government employees are in our embassy in Kuwait protecting private American citizens. And I think if anyone begrudges the government for doing that, we're really off the mark. So they've been doing some fabulous things. However, the abuse of government, whether you look at the SNL mess or whether you look at the HUD scandal or you look at many other such things, that is very shocking. Unfortunately, in the 80s, we had many, many, many more scandals than we've ever had before. As I've looked at history, I've been amazed. The conservatives from Alexander Hamilton to Winston Churchill have spoken very strongly and said that a nation is only as strong as its social fabric, and you cannot depend entirely on the market for investments that are necessary to national interests. I think we have to remember that as we talk about this tonight.
Thank you. It's your turn to question Ms. Schroeder.
Well, thank you, Pat, if I may call you that.
Sure, please. It's my name.
I, too, am a new kid on the block, and I'm just learning the protocols, Dennis, so we'll stick there, if I may call you that. Obviously, since we both find aberrance, perhaps we don't agree on which is aberrant and which is not, but since we both find aberrance in government, maybe you can agree with me on Army's axiom number 1, the market's rational, the government's dumb. Now, not everybody agrees. A lot of people think it's the other way around. But I have noticed that over the last 30 years, that there has been no advocate of large government. In fact, we have 3 cases in point right here.
Don't forget,
if I
it's
may
supposed to
call
be a
you
question.
that. No advocate of large government has sought and won the White House. Pat, why is it, do you think, that the American people have so clearly, out of hand, rejected these advocates of large, intrusive government as they sought the White House in the past 30 years?
Now listen, Dick, Gary, were you advocating large government? I don't think so. I don't remember anybody standing up at a microphone and saying what this country needs is bigger, better, more government. So I don't accept the premise at all. I think that our campaigns, unfortunately, have been skewed much more by the ability to collect money. I think we've now got a coin-operated legislative machine in Washington, D.C., because I think the people with the big bucks get elected. And I think it's also been manipulated by image makers and TV and actors and all sorts of good things that have come to the forefront. So I think it's been much more that than any kind of ideological debate. And I can't remember one candidate saying, I'm better than you because I'm for bigger government.
Okay. I can remember such candidates, and I can remember the American electorate say, no, we do not agree with you. Let me ask you about another one. You are very concerned about child care needs in this country, and that puts me in mind of Army's axiom that the politics agreed is always wrapped in the language of love. Now, when we see the political polemics regarding the love of our children, we have 2 kinds of people making advocacy. Some, like yourself, are saying it is necessary for the government to get into the child care business and to provide and dictate the terms of child care. Why wouldn't you rather see, as I would argue, that the solution would best be left in the hands of the parents, as they themselves are left with more take-home pay because of less taxes, so that they can continue to do what parents do best, which is provide the best alternative solution for the care and feeding of their children, as opposed to the big government advocates who insist that we must provide this care through government agencies and bureaus.
Well, Dick, I think the answer is that you are viewing the world as an Ozzie and Harriet world. And really, only 10% of America's families look like Ozzie and Harriet today. We're not concerned about middle-class families. We are giving them some tax benefits for child care, allowing them to go where they want, allowing corporations to put together a menu of benefits that each employee checks off. And that's perfect. That keeps the government out of it. They're allowed to do whatever they want. The real concern is, what do you do to help women who are single women get back into the workplace? Well, part of the way you get in, if you're going in at the minimum wage, is you're going to have to subsidize child care. And it's a whole lot cheaper to subsidize their child care than it is to subsidize a whole family on welfare. So you're really saving a lot of money, plus that family's regaining dignity by being able to hold their head high. In this country, people don't say, who are you? They say, what do you do? If you say nothing, you are nothing. So when you look at the demographics of this country, I think it's very important, if we want people to get on their feet and get going, we've got to help them find affordable, quality child care. And in the long term, it's going to save you a lot of money, Dick. You're going to like my program.
Okay, excuse me, Congresswoman. Husband Army, Congresswoman Schroeder, if I may call you that, it's your turn to ask questions of the Congress.
Absolutely. Well, it's hard to ask questions because I have come all prepared to ask Newt questions. And unfortunately, Dick Armey and I have kind of similar voting record on agriculture. I voted against agriculture. I voted against the textile quotas. I'd love to have you defend. Would you
questions,
defend
I'll
Newt?
give you better answers.
I was going to say, I'd love to give you. I would love to give you Newt's questions, but I know how you'd answer them. You'd answer them the same way I did. So here we are. But let me say, one of the things that was mentioned is the marketplace, and people saying that we really wanted a free marketplace. You mentioned that vis-a-vis textile. And I think you also have to admit, though, that our marketplace isn't totally free, that we bend it through all sorts of pretzel-like contortions because of the tax code. My question is, should we change the tax code so it's totally neutral?
I still remember how it all changed. My father said, don't you worry, child.
On the other hand, it can be used
Heaven's
as
got
a
a
method
plan
by which
for
you
you.
can define and enforce property rights
Don't
to
you
deal with
worry,
such
don't you
problems of
worry
economic externalities such as
now.
pollution. A proper response to the existence of pollution by a series of flexible variable taxes imposed by government that in effect price the use of this natural resource would provide a disincentive to abusive use of the resources, and that kind of non-neutrality in the tax code could be productive in enabling a rational government in fulfilling its legitimate function.
Legit.
To provide
Too
the
legit to
natural
quit.
security of the nation's natural resources. Unhappily, we don't use the code that productively. We use it more often and too often for presumed egalitarian purposes and not purposes of greater economic efficiency.
Let me ask another question, too. I'm going to let you defend your state. Because as you know, in Washington, there's starting to be a real backlash about Texas. They're saying too much of our taxes go to Texas. And they're looking at the S&L bailout, the highway system, all sorts of things. Texas is big, and Texas gets a big chunk out of that budget. How do you defend that as a fiscal conservative?
Well, first of all, I don't defend Texas, and I am very understanding about anybody who neither had the good fortune to be born a Texan or the good sense to move to Texas, feeling a little bit envious about those of us that had one or the other. We in Texas
and all our money.
Measure these things. As we measure these things, we don't believe that we're getting ahead of the game in terms of all the money. We feel like we pay more than a fair share of taxes to the federal government, and we rarely see any fair return on our dollar. After the rake is taken in Washington, we get little enough back for our hard-earned dollars. So we really, frankly, do not pay a great deal of credence to this allegation as it comes from other people.
Well, there's a lot of economists who put a different number on it, but it's very interesting. Let me ask you the question I was talking about, both from Alexander Hamilton to Winston Churchill. They've all mused about the fact that it's very difficult to get the marketplace to invest in a lot of things needed in a society to make it work, such as roads and things of that order. Do you agree with that, or is there anything that you think in our society that we may have to do through the government that it's hard to get the
No, there's no doubt about it. In fact, after you read Adam Smith, and I do read Adam Smith religiously, he made the point that it is a legitimate and necessary function of government to build infrastructure. The question is always, how far do you go in the building of infrastructure? But I remember the great debate of the 1960s as all the liberals that I went to graduate school with were hearkening on to the Great Society. And I advised and warned, listen, if we take that big a portion of our budget and we put it into these income redistributive programs that have been total failures, quite frankly, the poverty level is the same as it was then, we would not sustain our infrastructure, and that's been the disaster of the Great Society.
Thank you, congresspersons. Ambassador Kirkpatrick. Ambassador Kirkpatrick.
I think it's perfectly clear that we are, as at the time of the founding a blessed country, we are not confronting a choice between anarchy and totalitarianism. We are confronting, however, a choice on an almost daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis between strengthening our civil society and permitting it to affect our lives, and strengthening government bureaucracy. We're confronting a choice about whether or not to live our lives as we as free individuals desire to, or whether we live our lives directed by an ever more powerful government. It is simply a fact. There is a tendency in our century and in our country to more government. There's a tendency to solve problems, more problems, at the national level than at the local level, at the official level than at the unofficial level. There's a tendency to transfer power over the lives of individuals and our communities and our businesses and our families and our country from individuals to government. That's a negative tendency, and it should be opposed. Democrats mainly support that tendency.
Does anyone have a question for Mr. Kirkpatrick, please? Senator Hart.
Master Kirkpatrick, the proposition before us is that government is bad. In your conception of that, does that also include state and local governments? For as you know, the size in terms of employees of the national government has stayed roughly the same over the past quarter century, whereas state and local governments have doubled or tripled. So is your opposition to government also include state and local governments?
Actually, I don't think of myself as opposing government. I think of myself as supporting government. I think of myself as opposing the inappropriate and undue extension of government power at all levels, local, state, and federal. And I think that it is very important to be aware of the growth of state governments and the burgeoning powers of state governments as well as federal government. I believe, in fact, that local governments are likely to be least oppressive. I think the principle of subsidiarity is sound here, that the closer to the individual and the individual's problems a solution can be found, the better. And if there is a problem for which it is really necessary to turn to government, then I think that the government should be the lowest possible level of government. The neighborhood is preferable to the city to the state.
Anyone else? Dennis Weaver, do you have a question?
You say you're not opposed to government. No, the carpenters should be able to get back to work. And I applaud that. Just you wait. It's really a question of how far does the government go? How far does the government interfere in private life? And that seems to be the big question here. And if we could just answer that, I think we'd make some progress. But it's curious to me that in the last 8 years, or 9 years, or since Mr. Reagan went into office, of course, he was for reducing government and hopefully improving the lot of the people, lifting the quality of the lives of the citizens. But I just, when I think of the people that I have been in contact with, for instance, the farmers of this country and the people in the inner city and the people that we help feed through a life program that I happen to be president of in Los Angeles, those people, those roles for more help are growing. They haven't decreased, and I just wonder, why do you think that is, with the less emphasis on government controls?
Well, actually, Mr. Weaver, I don't really think we've had less emphasis on government controls or less government. I think we all know that government has continued to grow. And unfortunately, it continued to grow right through the last decade. In spite of the earnest efforts of President Ronald Reagan, it continued to grow. the tendency for the growth of government is very powerful, and we have branches of government which push that very hard. But we have the Congress, for example, and we have the Supreme Court. And both have, in recent years, been partisans of big government and made decisions supporting big government. And it is simply a fact that no one in our times has succeeded in reversing the trend toward the ever greater concentration of power over our lives in government. And that is why the problem is very serious and needs to be addressed by all of us.
Mr. McGovern.
Ambassador Kirkpatrick, I think one thing all 8 of us would agree on is that we don't want any more government than is necessary. The problem is, how do you define that? What is necessary? And that, I'm wondering, just to try to shed some light on this, would you argue that the Reagan approach was about right?
Well, the Reagan approach to what?
In terms of the role of government in our lives. The business about getting Uncle Sam off our backs and establishing a free market and all that sort of thing. Was that, laying aside the language, was the objective of reducing the role of government at every level, except in the Defense Department? Is that about what you folks are talking about when you say that you'd like to get away from government as the solution to our problem? What do you have in mind?
Senator McGovern, I believe that as an objective, that's a wholly worthy objective, and is an effort which President Reagan worked on very hard and very persistently. It was a worthy effort. I've already said that I don't think as policy it was not that successful.
Okay, thank you very much. Senator Hart.
Unfortunately, debates of this kind foster a black and white view of democracy that is simple, appealing, and mostly wrong. I'd like to suggest, if I may, half dozen propositions that reflect reality and I think reflect on what Congressman Army has called rational government. First of all, mismanagement, incompetence, and abuse of power do not know partisanship or ideology. They have occurred as often under conservative administrations as under liberal ones. Second, the size of our government is determined by a moderate consensus of the American people, not extremes of the left or the right. Third, everyone wants the government to do something, either oppose communism or help the poor. The issue is what government should do. Fourth, the vast majority of people want more and better government services and want to pay less for them. 5, a big military establishment is not forced on us by a willful band of conservatives, and a human resource set of programs is not forced on us by a willful band of liberals. Responsible government will come to this country when we have leaders who are courageous enough to tell us that we have to pay for the government services the majority of Americans clearly want.
Thank you. Does anyone have a question? Mr. Heston.
I think what we're perhaps involved in here is a question of definition of terms, as you suggest. No one here suggests there should be no government, obviously. What we are concerned about, what I am concerned about, is the increasingly coercive pressures of government to require people to behave in a certain way and suffer penalties if they don't. Congressman Schroeder, if I may call you that, was suggesting a sweeping federal child care bill, which will, while you say, well, this is going to get the kids taken care of during the day while their mothers and fathers are working, it will also surrender a whole generation of children to bureaucratic care. I'm not happy with that. Are you happy with that?
Not at all, and I don't think that's what Congresswoman Schroeder has advocated, nor indeed the political party to which I belong. There were lots of arguments, as I recall reading the history, back to the Social Security program, other social programs of that sort under both Franklin Roosevelt and for that matter Lyndon Johnson, that all these programs would involve the government getting into people's lives. Some did, some didn't. I don't think the majority of senior citizens in this country think the Social Security program's involved in their lives, at least to the extent they want to get rid of it. Now, I know we keep coming back to that program, and people don't particularly like to because it does have broad-based public support, but it is an instance where the government, if you will, acting on behalf of a majority of the people of this country, instituted a security program for the seniors of this country which they didn't have before, and it has not been intrusive by and large on their lives. It's certainly not to the extent they want to get rid of it. So I think it is possible. And again, I think maybe the key word in this debate this evening is Congressman Army's phrase about rational government. The issue is, can a program be fashioned to solve a real social or human need without that kind of bureaucratic interference? That is the challenge.
Mr. Buckley.
Senator, you're a very bright guy, and I just wonder why you aren't prepared to make certain concessions which are progressively being made throughout the civilized world by people who've had an inordinate experience with big government. I mean privatization. In Great Britain, they have been privatizing now for 4 or 5 years. In each case with considerable success, and France have been doing that. If you like, I can give you examples from Fort Worth, from Buffalo, from Los Angeles, from Scottsdale, from Northern Alabama, but I won't tax you by feeding you data which point in a direction you can't easily anticipate. Are you prepared to say that if we can establish that a particular function can be better performed by the private sector, you would gladly unburden government of that responsibility? Okay, terrific. Now, under the circumstances, can you tell me what
can be performed, but will be performed?
Well, can you tell me, for instance, why it was that Mr. Trump was able in 5 months, spending $3 million to build a skating rink which the city of New York had spent $12 million over a period of 7 years and hadn't completed? Now, does that tell you something about governments?
Yes, it tells me a great deal, but I also would want to remind you, as I'm sure you know, being a bright guy, that our principal industrial and democratic competitors in the world today are Germany and Japan. Now, government in those two countries, where I don't think democracy is in danger, at least in the last I've heard, play a much greater role in industry and commerce and the economy, presumably in people's lives, therefore, than government in the United States. What do you think about that?
Well, the answer to that, at least the easiest answer to that, is that beginning when Mr. Reagan became president of the United States, for the succeeding 8 years, we had a 20 million increase in employment while Germany had none. And in respect of Japan, our workers can in 31 minutes create what it takes them 60 minutes to create.
Can you ask a question in about 20 seconds, Mr. Army?
And they're rather clever people in all aspects.
I would just add to that one fact that hasn't been pointed out here tonight, reiterate it again, that as Congressman Army said, the people have been voting for candidates that they perceive are going to bring them less government. And we blame the Congress, the perfidious Congress, for denying the people less government. But that Congress, at least 6 years of it, when President Reagan was in office, one house of the Congress belonged to the Republican Party.
Thank you. Mr. Buckley, if I may call you that. It's time to submit to the examination by the negative team. Here's your chance to hit the boss. He's got a question. Senator McGovern.
Right-hander, does he get the
No, he's had enough.
Oh, well, Bill, I was a little startled here a moment ago when you cited the inefficiency of the city of New York in building a skating rink and then held up Donald Trump as your model of how the free enterprise ought to work.
You You and I are both students of rhetoric, and you therefore won't mind my saying that I didn't hold him up as my model. I held him up as a comparison, I think.
My impression was that my impression is that, like the Stratford Inn, he's almost in as much trouble as the city of New York. But I don't want to push that.
Yeah, but the skating rink's doing all right.
Is it?
Ms. Schroeder.
I want to say I enjoyed your opening statement, and I want a clarification too. I thought I was listening intently, and you made some comment about the SNL crisis happening because you weren't watching carefully enough. Were you really advocating more regulation?
No, what I said was
I was
that
worried.
the guarantees caused the difficulty because they were made without binding reference to what it was they were guaranteeing. If you want there would have been no SNL crisis in any administration which I was in charge of. I think Milton Friedman is exactly correct and has been for 20 years since he said there should be